Looks like it had a head and shoulders. It played out. It may be going into reversal, but I would say this is a descending, broadening wedge. Let me double check on that one. That's bullish. Yeah, this one looks like it's about to take off in the day and the hour. AKT, whoever called that one's about to do something. Let's see if this takes off. That would send it to 166, or excuse me, 165 would be your first profit taking zone. 175, 180, 195, $2, and then 260. I don't think it'll go higher than that. It could, but there's just not enough data to tell. But let's say this is a double bottom here now, right? And it does that. That would send it to 230 to 240. I'm leaning more towards this right here, actually. I would say probably 216 to 220. This one looks bullish as hell. All time frames look good on this one. I might buy some of this. The problem is, here's why I won't buy it. It's only been out since March 19th. There's not enough data for it to really be accurately charted. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how bullish it looks. One bad thing can just this thing. So be careful on this one. I'm glad I took a look at how long it's been out. That's usually one of the last things I check, just to be sure, because this could do just like what SXT did, and it looked bullish as hell, and it just... All right. Be careful on this one. But Justin Kelly, I would say that more than likely it's going to be somewhat bullish. But be careful. Be careful. Yeah, it's like Render. Man, who was it that bought Render? And I told him, I was like, bro, like, he was like saying all this stuff about Render, and I was like, yeah, but I didn't see, you know, from my TA, you know, and he didn't take my advice, and he lost a lot of money, and then he canceled his subscription. Which I would think you'd do the opposite, right? Why would, if somebody gave you good advice and you didn't follow it, and then so you cancel your subscription with them, it's like, it's not my fault you lost. You know what I mean? I tried to give you the tools. But that's more about PTC, kind of SXT, no? What do you mean? You mean it's about what Bitcoin does? Yeah. Here's the thing is, I was pretty convinced that SXT found its bottom, and then the world just went to shit. Nobody could have predicted that. And that's why we do the news for the show, is because we have to kind of gauge that. But I tell you what, right now, the markets are rocky, whether you're in crypto or you're in you know, the stock market. Everything is rocky right now. All right. Be careful. Not financial advice. Okay. This is just what I see. I tend to be right. But mind you, I'm only 90 to 95% accurate. So I like SXT though. I don't think it's shit. I think it's an awesome coin. I think it's just, we're too early. Too early. I'm always too early to everything, but I'm okay with that because I see the potential for SXT doing dollars, like $5, $10 to $25 in the next 5 or 10 years. So I'm okay with it. I'm accumulating it for long-term storage. Oh yeah, SXT is going to be massive. Like people don't even know. Like we're so early on that. Everybody that's holding SXT, yeah, in due time. I agree, buddy. That's one it's an accumulation, baby. Every time it goes down, I'm like, oh, thank God. Like I can buy more. And I'm not throwing my whole bag at it right away. I'm putting a little bit into it every time it goes down, every time it goes down. I'm not really DCAing it. I'm just accumulating it as it goes down. I'm like, oh yeah, baby, keep on coming down. I'm okay with it. And once it gets down to that low, then I'll throw a fucking massive bag in it. And so what? It takes 5 years for it to do anything? Fine. I did the same thing with XRP and now I'm retired. So once people read it and realize what it is, it's going to boom. Exactly. All the crypto creators, I found this one, okay? All the crypto creators, I tell them about it, and then they're just like, oh, I'm buying this. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. I'll be like, I will take my pontoon boat in emerald green with gold fringe, please. And I want one that's powered by a Sea-Doo so that we can take chat out on the pontoon boat and we can go ride around on the Sea-Doo and do things and bring it back and dock it in there. So, all right, I'm going to end the live, guys. Thanks for sticking around and all the gifts. Justin, thank you for subscribing. Send me a DM with your email address and I'll get you signed up on the email alert system for free for the rest of the month, and you can try that out. I asked Nani Crypto this morning what she thought of it. She didn't know, and then she freaked out. I know, right? I am like, let me tell you this. I am known for picking the best ones early, way too early. Yeah, once she did some reading, I know. That has like been my whole thing. I've always picked things that are always end up being the best later on. I'm just good at picking them. They just fall into my lap too. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just manifest it. Who knows? Anyway, Justin, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and yeah, I'll see you around. How's everybody doing today? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with all of your friends. When was the last time you called your mother and you told her how much you love the goat and that your mother needs to be watching the goat along with you? Who's making money and who's getting wrecked? That's what I want to know. Surprisingly, I'm only getting what do you see it do in the next couple days? We'll get into that. In the meantime, hit the like button, because the like button is what is going to reveal my secrets. The great Oz will speak and tell you soon. I shall tell you my predictions soon, but you have to like. Remember, we have a special guest today. Our special guest is Bullish Babe. So make sure you guys are sending lots of likes and comments. Don't forget to spam the chat with pineapples. Bullish Babe is yet another goat. Yes, she is the female goat. For sure. She's like one of the few people that reads the charts the same way I do. She just has a more zoomed out perspective than I do. She's more long term, whereas I'm day trading it like high frequency, you know. So we're very aligned with our predictions at the same time, and we're aligned with the way we see the charts at the same time. We are trading at different frequencies. So that's actually a really good thing because everyone's a little bit different. You know, there's no blanket, you know, you give Lion, yes, gift to send me. You gift to send me. Everyone gift to send me. You see my live goal there. Gift to send me. 15 lions. Gift to send me. Inside joke. If you know, you know. Hey, Jesse, can you bring me in, you know the thing I always forget every day before the live? Can you bring that to me? I think it's packed in my bag from when I left. It should be right outside the studio. There was a tombstone not too long ago. Yeah, the tombstone's gone. Because XRP does have a bit of utility now. And we're going to go over that news today. It had utility, but I was considering that it was a possibility that it could be dead tech. I'm leaning the other direction. And it's not because the markets are up, okay? It's not because the markets are up. It's because of the news I read today. And the magnet's gone because the magnet's not at $2. I would say the magnet's at $3 now. But I have a feeling we're going to hit like 460 on this one. I think we could. That doesn't mean it won't pull back first. The day candle has opened. We're probably going to form a flag right here. Nice little flag over the weekend. Could come down more, you know. Form a flag, and then we'll get another chance to, I think, 460 by the end of the week. I bought more just in case. Yeah, I've been trickling into XRP. I'm a little more staunch on other low market cap stuff. Most of my holdings are in defense stocks now. I'm looking for less risk in my trading. Yet at the same time, I have a smaller amount that I'm trading with. I should have been more bullish. I should have listened to Cosmic. He said, "You're not bullish enough." He was right. He was right. But I mean, I was still bullish though. I could have done a lot more, and I could have made myself, like, I'm well off. I could have made myself very well off. Yes, today is Cosmic's birthday. Happy birthday to Cosmic. We love Cosmic here. I've actually been a huge fan of Cosmic since before I was a creator. And now to like be like on a friend level with him and see him as a colleague, it's kind of like becoming friends with your favorite celebrity, right? So as far as like the TikTok creators go, like same with like Mega Crypto and Bullish Babe and all these creators, Caveman, there's a friendship and a camaraderie, but Cosmic and Mega Crypto were like my two favorite, and now they're like my colleagues, my friends, and it's really cool. Yes, we're going to 11D. Don't sell your bag just yet. We're going to 11D. Make sure you're taking profits though, okay? Look, we hit a key resistance zone here. Hopefully you got in at 163 when I told you to, and you've been taking profits along the way and you didn't get chickened out, okay? And you know, that's, so I was on vacation this week and I met with Big Baller. We were talking and I realized something with talking to him. And I realized as a creator, I have to be very careful, okay? I never said that XRP wasn't going to do phenomenal things. I did have some predictions that it could fall lower and that it would maybe not go up as high because of how low it felt. But those things didn't play out. We had a change in pace, right? Let me tell you something about XRP. The narrative and the moon cheese behind XRP is going to make it do crazy things because no one is going to sell until it hits 11D. And as you know, 11D is not a real number. So what I'm trying to tell you is there's a lot of people that are never going to sell no matter what price it is until it makes them freaking stupid rich, right? And because of that is why it will just keep going up. Eventually it will hit a top and it will fall back, and those people will still hold it all the way to the bottom and wait for the next cycle. All right. So because of that, it will do crazy phenomenal things. It's not doing crazy phenomenal things because ISO. It's not doing crazy phenomenal things because of mass adoption, because it's taking over Swift. Nothing has, that's not why. Cold Wallet, Texas Bear, send me a DM on TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, send me a whisper on Twitch. But yeah, I should have wallets available for you at a discount tomorrow. Well, they might be available now. Chat, look in my profile and see if my TikTok store is available. It's supposed to be available today, but I don't know if it's there or not. That's why I throw my hands up here. You won't hear my whisper. Yeah, SXT is actually really good, but it won't do much until we go into alt season. And it may not do much until next bull cycle. It's in its accumulation zone, right? We want to accumulate it. Obviously, it's going to move up and down, but if you've got enough in SXT, if it's moving sideways, you can print money with it. I am having a wonderful weekend. It's good to be back. I had a great week. It's good to be back in the studio. Let's take a look at the gifts here. Revolution with a heart me, Revolution with the 5 popular boats, AB with the heart me, Joe with a heart me, Redrum with a heart me, Mother Dragons with a heart me, and Mother Dragons with a popular boat. Thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna take down the lions. Okay. That was an inside joke. Actually, you know what? Just for one more shits and gigs, TikTok seller, this one's for you. Gift to send me. You gift to send me. Everyone gift to send me. 15 lion gift to send me. He literally had 15 lions as his goal. That's why my goal is 15 lions right now. It's the inside joke. You gift to send me. You know, I tried to make a meme about it. I was gonna do the Family Guy. You yes have my shirt, but it wasn't available on CapCut, so I just never made it. All right, let's reset the goal. I know y'all made some money. Make sure you guys are taking profits though. Every time we hit one of these, like, right? It comes up, right? Take a little bit of profit. Take a little bit of profit each time it hits one of these. It's not that hard. Make it real, guys, okay? Otherwise it'll, and you'll just never make any money, okay? Don't be greedy. Yes, don't be emotionally attached. Make money, okay? It's not going to 11D. Chill out, right? When you start thinking like that, and you think, not bearish necessarily, but you think strategically, and you think like, hey, I made some money, I might as well make it real, then it becomes real. It's just numbers on a piece of paper if you don't take it out. You don't profit off of it. Someone has to lose at some point. Make sure it's not you. That's all I'd be trying to do here, you know? Okay. Gift to send me. Everyone, gift to send me. Joe, thank you for the level up. Listen, the gifts are beautiful. Everybody says so. Love them. All right, we're gonna kill the music. We're over 10K likes. It's actually cool in the office today. I see your passion. I see your real. Thank you for your knowledge. Yes, I'm honestly, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. All right. That's all I'm doing, okay? I'm telling you what I'm doing. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I can tell you where support and resistance is to the scent. That's pretty much the only crystal ball that I have. Other than that, like, I'm not doing much over here other than telling you what I'm doing and what I'm seeing. He doesn't want the mega supporters that are falling for the hoax anymore. Yeah. You know, I had a meeting and they said they wanted me to push the moon cheese. And you know what I said? I said, I will not do it. I have integrity. I will not push the moon cheese unless I believe the moon cheese is tasty. Alexa says the class helped me. Yes, I'm glad that the class is helping you. If you are a deluxe subscriber, you may still sign up for the class. Class is on Sunday. Last chance to get signed up for the class for this week. Otherwise, you're going to get further and further behind, okay? The files hoax. Yeah, we're going to go over the hoax, okay? We're going to have a Twitch exclusive live, okay? We shall have a Twitch exclusive, and we will talk about the Epstein stuff. But first, we have Bullish Babe coming on. All right? So, oh, crap. We got to end the live. Everybody come back. I have to end the live. I forgot to set it so that Bullish Babe can come on the show. I'm telling you, I'm out of practice. I go on a little vacation and then I just screw everything up. All right, we're going to come right back. Don't go anywhere. Come back. Yes, I'm restarted. Wait, maybe I can pause it. All right, we're back, baby. Oh, I totally fumbled that one. I fumbled that one. Oops. That was an oops for sure. Oops, I did it again. We're back. What's up, bullish babe? Sorry, I had to restart the live so that I could let you on the show. Let's give a chance. Send in some gifts, guys. Holy crap, I completely screwed up today. What's the goal is heart flexes. Heart flexes. The heart me flex. I had to restart the live, bullish. I am so sorry. I apologize. If you're ready to come up, we can do this right now. I literally just restarted the live. I was like, oh my God, I had the thing saved for no guest because the stupid guy, gift to send me guy, I had it locked out, and then now, so I had to restart it so that it wouldn't let me change it. I wish it would let you change things while you're live. We'll get back there. It won't take long. Oh, this is embarrassing. 10 people in the chat for a special guest. I'll send you up in a little bit. Let's get up to at least like 40 people, but I'm expecting to have 100 to 200 people in the live today. That's what we've been averaging. I know I had a good base. I had to start it all over just so that I could have Bullish Babe up. Totally screwed it up. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. We average 40 people minimum. That's like the minimum number. Like, there are days obviously that are just slow, but on a regular day, 40 people. And on average, honestly, on average, I would say we're 40 to 80 people. But lately it's been like 100 to like 150. XRP to 10K now. XRP is going to 11D. Oh. We're making money, that's for sure. Every time that song knocks, I think that someone's knocking at the door to come in. Yeah, the magnet. I took the magnet away a week or two ago. The magnet's been gone. It popped up the other day in the live because I forgot to take it down, but it's like, actually, I need to save it. There, it's saved. The magnet's more like $3 now. It's a $3 magnet. Run the likes and share it out so we can get bullish lady goat up here. Yes, the bullish lady goat. Your house stinks right now? What does it stink? Smells like goat poop. Thank you for the gifts. Looks like we got Francesca with a heart me, Bullish Babe with a heart me, Francesca with Thank God It's Friday, and Revolution with a Demon Hunter. Ooh, a Demon Hunter. All right, we're gonna pull Bullish Babe up here in about a minute. It'll probably start to take off here soon. We had like almost 40 people watching. I am so sorry, Bullish. What am I trading? XRP, man. It's right here. It says it right there. We're trading everything now. I'm all in on alts. I know I had one job and I messed it up. Just blame me, Oz. It was my... It was the gift to send me guy's fault. I have so much moon cheese in the fridge. I know, me too. My bag is packed full of moon cheese. All right, 20 people. I think that's enough. Let's bring up Bullish Babe. We'll have more people. Trust me, it's gonna get up. It's gonna get up there. Let's send her an invite. Yeah, we were raving out right now. Bullish Babe, where are you? Bullish Babe, I don't see you in the invites. Send me a request to come up. There it is. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
You're so funny. You worry about your viewers. I don't even worry about that. Like, like I could care less if it's you, me, and Web3 and Frederick. Like, who cares? Like, as long as there's people here to talk to. That's it.
Because the idea is to get the message out. We're trying to.
I know, but you know what? That will come with time, right? And I think as like the markets heat up here. Sorry, my lights are like blinding, and my air conditioning is not working in my office, so it's like 1,000 degrees. So if I look sweaty, probably am.
I have this little guy right here.
Oh, there we go. I know I have like the Dyson fan like pointed at me because it's like so hot in here. Yeah, I think that will come. I think the market, the market heating up. I think there have been a few lives that I had to take like a couple days off. So if you guys haven't seen me, that's why I had an attack on my account again. So I decided to just give it a couple days rest.
Seriously,
which is so hard for me. Yeah, like during this week too, right? Like the week of all weeks.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Did you see what happened with me? Some guy.
No, what happened?
In the middle of the live, someone got like from Pakistan, hacked my account and came on as a co-host. I didn't accept him, didn't allow him on. He came on and basically crashed the party and was begging for 15 lions.
They have got to get control of this. Like it's spinning out of control. It's ridiculous.
And he couldn't even speak English. He just kept saying, gift to send me. You gift to send me.
It's so, it's like one of those things that where to be afraid that your account is going to get taken down or that people are going to be in your live that you're not letting up. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Everybody's asking about XRP. It's so funny. XRP is the thing, man, right? And I love XRP just as much as the next person. So are you trading XRP right now?
I am. I'm trading XRP and SXT mainly. Everything else
Okay.
is pretty much just sitting there and waiting for the moon.
There you go. And waiting for the moon, just in your bag, hanging out. Yeah, that's how I am too. I am trading a bit. I day trade. And but I call myself a monogamous trader, right?
I'm the
I
same way.
trade I yeah, I trade SHIB, I trade Doge, mostly because they in a in more of a bear market, right? They follow Bitcoin. Right now they're not doing that, which is why I think it's such a bullish time, right? We've seen in the last week um the markets act differently. And when Bitcoin is rising, it is pulling the liquidity out of the alts. So the alts are bleeding. And then when Bitcoin comes down, then you see the alts run. And this is a very, I've been talking to the group that I teach in the Wolf Pack in the morning and saying you have to adapt to the new way you have to trade right now. Because we've been trading in one way. And when the bull really kicks into high gear, things move differently. And I don't know if that's what you're noticing too. I know you day trade a bit as well.
Oh yeah, I'm noticing like usually everything moves in unison, and I'm seeing Bitcoin a bit stagnant. The alts are
Mm-hmm.
moving. I'm watching the coinmarketcap.com alt season index. It
Mm-hmm.
was at 50 yesterday. I think it
Yeah.
went down, but that's normal in a pullback. But I was like, as soon as it crosses over 30, I was like, that's a pretty heavy indication of alt season coming. And then
Yeah.
within days, we were at 50. I was like, oh yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong. So now I'm like, all right, I'm holding all my alts.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Exactly.
I'm in to win it. You know, you got to be in it to win it, right?
Thanks, Francesca. You do, and I think it's interesting because this is when all the new people come into the market, right? When everything starts to heat up and you see everything, and it's not. And what stinks about that? I love new people in the market, obviously, but what stinks about it is that they come in usually through some of the smaller things. What I think may be different this cycle is that they are going to come in through some of the good ones, right? They're going to come in through XRP, through Algorand, through um, Cardano, through XLM maybe because it follows XRP, and so I think that this run may be a bit different than we've seen because I think I always say to Cosmic, I would love to see the statistics of people come in through the bull run and then actually stay and get educated through the bear market and actually stay in. And I think this run may be different in that we may have more of those people come in and actually stay in the market because they're coming in through good utility projects that have been around for a while.
Yeah, and I think because the narrative, especially with XRP, is ISO Swift takeover is happening
Yeah.
now. Because of that, they will hold this thing all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
And so it'll never actually go to the bottom because of that. So I'm excited to see that change in the cycle.
Mhm.
What we're going to have to adapt to. I'm adapting right now. 100%. This is different than,
Have you rebalanced your portfolio? What do you mean by adapting?
well, as you know, like, so in order to become rich, you want to take uh, a small amount of money and make high risk trades, right? And then when you become wealthy, you want to take low risk. So most of my portfolio is in like defense stocks, and I'm getting dividends from that. Um,
Okay.
but I did pull some from that and move it into crypto because of what I'm seeing right now. And that was like a couple days ago. I should have done more. I was I was in a business meeting this week and stuff, and I was like, I should have listened to Cosmic. I'm not bullish enough.
No. You know what? We all should have listened to him. It's funny because we've been doing that show for I don't even know how long now, like just a month, but it seems like forever. I think it's just a month, maybe a month and a half. But the whole time we've been saying, we've been trying to guess when altcoin season is coming and then when the end of the cycle is coming. And he was definitely, and happy birthday, Cosmic, because it's his birthday today.
Yes, happy birthday.
Um, yeah, and we'll be back on Monday with the show. But you know, he was pretty dead on, and I think between the TA that I was seeing and then him, what he's seen in the past, as well as what he was seeing on a macro level, I think really like we pretty much were on the same page as far as when this was happening. And you could see it start happening. Like when you were on the show that night, I think it was like Thursday, um, the Thursday before last, or Friday. And we were talking about like, things heating up, and you could see the market coiling up at that point. Right. And then ETH started running, which for me is a big deal, right? Because I think ETH has been I have a love-hate relationship with ETH. It's been very dormant, kind of slow. A lot of people thought that was going to be the silver to, Bitcoin's gold. And it is, and it has a very good use case and will be around for a really long time. But I think a lot of people were frustrated with it. And when we started to see that move, that's what gave me a little confirmation as to like that we are headed into this period, right?
Yeah, I was kind of like dead on Ethereum
Mm-hmm.
until SXT came out. And then I realized I was like, Ethereum, even though it costs a bit more, it's going to become cheaper. The technology is going to improve and the speed is going to improve. But Ethereum reigns supreme as far as security. It is the most secure blockchain out there. And I realized, I was like, that's what really matters here. Security is the only thing that matters as far as blockchains go, because I think that that's what the majority of people, the normies, are worried about in crypto is where's the security? What's going to happen to my funds if something happens to it? And that I kind of flipped and changed on that. And I think Ethereum is still the top dog.
Yeah, I go back and forth on whether it is going to get faster and cheaper, to be honest. Like I am very at the point now where we have, and it has gotten faster, it has gotten cheaper, not to the point where it's competing with some of the others, right? And I think that was what everyone was expecting from Ethereum. To some degree, I think people were expecting Ethereum to kind of compete with with Solana. And I don't think I'm not sure that it ever will, but I also don't think that it ever has to, right? These different blockchains are built for different reasons, just like different projects are built for different reasons. And I think Ethereum will always reign supreme. And like you said, security. It also has, it also has a reputation. And for me, that reputation is going to stand for a long time. And so I don't think Ethereum is going away. I think people are talking about it, becoming like the dinosaur. I don't think it's ever going to be as fast as some of the others that come out, because I just don't think so. And it's not going to be as cheap, but I think it will always be around.
I don't think that that's its purpose. I think
No, I don't.
it's going to serve a different purpose. It's an ecosystem. Everything in this realm, all these different blockchains and different layers and things, they're all going to coexist together. There's not just going to be like, oh, everything is on the XRPL. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And that's like why I've been like so like bearish on like XRP. And it's not that I'm bearish. It's just I'm a realist. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, come on, it's not going to happen like that. Like wake up and smell the moon cheese. Okay. Like this is an ecosystem.
I know. It's so hard too, because people are so invested in it that it's, I hate to burst a bubble, right? But at the same time, and listen, there have been things that have exploded and never come down, right? There definitely are, and I don't mean they've not come down. They've just not come down to the start, right?
Bitcoin.
Yes, and there's a lot of them that haven't, right? That have grown every cycle, or have like retrace back to its last all-time high and then jumped a new all-time high. I just think that the expectation of what people are saying XRP is going to do this cycle is actually dangerous to new people coming into the market. And so for me, that's what I want to be careful of more than anything is, yes, you can say, what the 1 in a million chance is. But at the end of the day, when you say that and a new person is in the audience and they take their life savings and throw it into XRP or their rent money, which you're not supposed to do anyway, guys. But they take that and they throw it into XRP thinking that it's going to go up to $10,000 in September. We are doing new people in this space a disservice.
Exactly. And we're going to
that's the
turn them
problem that I have
off.
with some of these videos.
We're going to
Yeah.
turn them off, and they're going to get a bad taste in their mouth, and they're going to end up missing out on something that they could have been early in on.
Yes.
And
sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say, like, I think that narrative is because there are those who bought early on and they want to push this price as high as it can go. And if no one's ever taking any profits, it's just going to keep going. Eventually that bubble's going to pop. And like
Yeah,
you
and
said,
I also think, like, we have a lot of people that are preaching XRP, and to be honest, I do XRP videos. I own XRP, so I can do them. I feel like, when you do videos, it should be for a couple of things. One should be because you own it and you believe in it. Another should be you don't believe in it and it's something that people should be warned about, or it's something that's speculative that you want people to know about in general, right? Because you think it's something that could be something in the future, and you give them the information and allow them to do their own research. I make XRP videos because people want to know about XRP, but there's a lot of people on this platform that are making XRP videos just for clicks. And when you realize that, and they're only making XRP videos for clicks, then we need to be very aware of who those people are, right? Because and new people coming in need to be aware that if they're making XRP videos and telling you that it's going to reach a certain point, we should never be telling anyone that it should reach a certain point ever. I don't know, you don't know. I always say Crypto Lifer is one of the traders that I learned from, and he says a great line. He says, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. And I think that's such a great line, because it just means that nobody knows. Nobody really knows. We don't know when the cycle is going to end. We don't know when the top is coming in. So anyone who tells you that they do, they don't.
that's why I'm like, when you look at this and I wouldn't say that this is a moon, but we went up hard like this. I tell people every time it kind of hits here and it gets that little pullback and it runs a little bit sideways, take some profits right there.
Yes.
And then it goes up again. So we're at that spot right now. It's starting to creep up a little bit. Take some profits right now. 345 is a perfect price to take some profits on this. It's probably going to do more. It's probably going to bull flag right here and take off. I'm thinking 460 is coming.
Yeah, I can take a look. Yeah, I think I am actually in the camp that XRP could go to $10 this cycle. And this is not financial advice. This is my own feeling. My own feeling is that and I've said this on the Cosmic Show too, and I don't think he agrees with me. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But I think we could see a super cycle. And I think if we do, XRP being a front runner right now and something that everyone is talking about, and the administration is behind, I think we could see a push to a number that we as realistic XRP holders are not expecting, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm waiting till $10 to take profit either.
Yeah. And
yeah,
I think that, and I've said this before, and I'm the bear of the XRP market, right? Everybody knows me to be that. That's really actually not the case. I think it's going to do phenomenal things because of the narrative behind it. I just want people to understand the truth, right? And Caveman always gives me a hard time about it. I'm like, dude, I hold XRP. Come on.
He's
like,
in here. Hey, Caveman.
Oh, is he? Hi, Caveman. Speak of the devil, and he shall present himself. But I think it's even possible that we could hit $15. I think $25 is a bit of a stretch, but I think that would be the absolute cap with a super cycle is about $25.
I think it could be more. in
Really?
a super cycle. I
Really?
do, yeah. Yeah, I do. And I'll explain to you why, and guys, do not take my advice. This is just what I'm this is what I'm thinking is maybe going to happen. Um I don't think that we understand how much money is sitting on the sidelines right now. And
Oh,
I think, yeah.
you are
And
so right.
I think that we are, Cosmic and I go back and forth on this too. You know, he thinks a lot of institutions bought the dip, and I do too. But what I think is happening because of policies and procedures, there are a lot of institutions out there that have not been able to buy in without clarity and regulation. Now that is coming. Obviously, the bills are passed, and we've got regulation coming. I think when that comes, what's going to happen is depending on the timing, and this is all depending on the timing. Let's just say we have an altcoin season now, right? Everything runs up. Bitcoin goes to a new all-time high. Altcoins run up. We have a really good summer. In the fall, should everything be cemented in with regulation and clarity, what may happen is that all of those institutions that are now sitting on the side are now going to jump in because they don't want to be behind. And what the significance of that is that if they jumped in at the bottom of the bear market when they bought the dip, when everyone was buying the dip, that would be one thing. But what they're doing is they're going to have to come in at bull market prices. And that is significant because when they come in, those institutions are not going to be paper handers during the bear market. They're going to be diamond handers, right? So they're going to come in at bull market prices. They're going to hold the floor now, which is higher. And now those prices are going to shoot up again after the institutional investment. And now you've got another chance for retail FOMO because those prices are shooting up. And now retail sees that. And retail FOMO comes back in, which only pushes the prices higher. And then we may get another wave of institutional investment. So what I see is stacking here. And if stacking happens like that, we are in for a wild ride.
I'll tell you this. There's definitely trillions sidelined right now.
Yes.
And I was of that group. And like I told you guys, I said, I'll be the first one to tell you when those trillions are starting to feel like they want to enter the market. I'm in the market now. There's your sign. Okay. I'm going to do it before they do, but it's coming. All right. This is my,
And I don't think they're going to wait for the bear market because
I think they're going to create it. I agree with what you're saying. I think that is very possible. Everything that you're saying right now. But, like I said, I like to look at both sides of the coin. There's also look at the manipulation that has been happening in the market and the way things just perfectly align up. It's no coincidence to me. And so because of that, I'm very skeptical. And I'm like, if the institutions are going to come in, these people have power, money, influence, everything. They are going to drive the price down as hard as they can before they get it. They will create whatever fear narrative. They will start whatever war they have to. They will set off a nuke before they buy the top of this thing. Okay.
So, and I don't necessarily think they're going to buy the top. And I think that's what Cosmic and I disagree on, because I don't think they're going to buy the top. I think they're going to create the top. I think what's going to happen is, retail is going to come in. They're going to buy, we're going to push this thing up. There'll be a retail top, and then the institutions are going to come in and they're going to push that up even further. And so that is the definition of a super cycle, right? People are then going to jump in, they're going to buy the top, and then we'll come down. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that the institutions care as much about I think they do care where the pricing is, but I think they care more that they're competing with other institutions. And if they can't compete, then they're not going to be able to compete if they don't have any, right? And so they're going to have to get it, and they're not going to wait to get it. And the other institutions that are already in are not going to help them get it at a lower price, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but read the writing on the wall, okay? Tariffs on the 1st. right?
Yep.
And we've seen what happens with tariffs. It basically erases everything that happens every time we get a good move like this, right? And how convenient that when tariffs were supposed to come in and we could have bought a nice dip and had everything line up perfectly, we got screwed on that, right? And
They're always going to screw us no matter what.
I
Like
know,
retail is like we're the peasants
and
of the market.
I still
Yeah.
did okay. I bought on the 10th.
Yeah.
Great time to buy. Smart money spot to be in. Waiting for confirmation. Got the confirmation. Cool. I entered in. I was in your guys' live and I was just like, I bought some more. And
I know.
both of
I
you
know. I was so happy for you.
and you guys
But
were
I'm
like,
so happy for you because you're such a bear usually. So
eh,
I was like, he's
you
great.
and Cosmic were like, oh, I'd be careful. I was like, yeah, we're just getting started.
Really on our
We're
foot.
good. So
Yeah, I mean, I think there's another dip in here. I think that what's going to happen is Bitcoin's going to pull up. I just wanted to say something. If you guys don't follow us, if you guys could follow us from the live, that would be awesome. There's so many copycats, and like I said, we
oh my God.
have both had our account attacked. So if you got, thanks Revolution. If you guys could follow us, and if you're new, thanks for being here.
Yes. Always follow the crypto creators, especially from the live,
Yeah.
because you will get fake accounts for sure. And there's some that look like mine and they're almost identical. Like as far as
Oh yeah.
the videos that are
And they have
posted,
more
yeah, they have more followers.
They have more
It's
followers. Well, the thing that I just found out is I have an Instagram page that I don't necessarily post as much content on. And the other day I was like, you know, I just looked at my name for some reason, and there was someone that had taken all of my TikTok videos and put them on an Instagram page, and I reported it, and they were like, nope, she's fine. So it's just funny that they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But I think there's another dip in here. I think Bitcoin's going to make a run. I think the altcoins are going to bleed out at that point, and I think there's going to be another dip for people to buy. I don't know what you're feeling about where we are in the alts right now, and if we're going to explode from here, or if Bitcoin's going to take off.
I think
I
this.
think. Sorry, go ahead.
So I think everything is being perfectly timed. Tariffs come in on the 1st, and it's probably going to be reciprocal tariffs, retaliatory tariffs, blanket tariffs. It's going to be nasty. And I find it convenient that they had Crypto Week and ISO right before that happened. They delayed it just in time so that way the markets don't crash. They just come back down to where they were. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, reset, start all over, Bitcoin pumps, altcoin season's pushed off till maybe September, maybe October, maybe November. And I think that keeps happening. And I think we shall see. So you should be trading crypto. You should be trading. If you're trading, you're going to make a ton of money no matter if it goes up or down. But if you're just holding on, waiting for 11D price on XRP, 11D is a fake number. You know, that's the idea. Okay. You're never going to make any money.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that looking at the charts right now, so it's interesting that we've had these like pop-ups, right? And we're in bullish patterns on the 4-hour for altcoins, right? And what's funny is I actually see I see Bitcoin making a little bit of a pop, but I almost see the altcoins maybe moving first before that happens. And the reason why is most of the altcoins right now are in they have made their way up. Now we could double top on most of them. Most of them are in a cup and handle or a double bottom. They're making their way up to the top trend line of that cup and handle or the double bottom. What could happen is we could blast through there, which the 4-hour and the daily, all the Stokes are getting low. So that's telling me, all right, if everything goes well here, we could start to see these continue to move up. My tell will be at that trend line on either the double bottom or the cup and handle. All of them are in it. XRP, all the ones I'm looking at anyway. XRP, XLM, ETH is Doge, SHIB. They're all in some kind of bullish pattern on the daily. And if it makes it up to that top trend line, I'm going to be looking for bullish and bearish indicators. And if we reject off of there, then that will tell me that this altcoin season is suspended for a while. If we break through that, we're off to the races, I think. And the one thing I will say with trading right now is that, and the one thing I've been telling my trading group is a lot of people, and even I forget, and I forgot a couple of times these last couple of days when everything was kind of whipsawing, we forget about retests. And if you guys are trading, the most important thing you can remember is that 80 to 90% of the time, it retests a pattern that's on a higher time frame than like a 15-minute. And what it's doing right now, which I haven't seen in a very long time, it's not only retesting on the smaller time frame. So it's not only retesting on the 5 and the 15, it's wanting to come down on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, which is not typical of a time where it's not bullish. And so always remember the retest. If you're trading, don't forget about that. I feel like that's the most important thing to remember, because first of all, if you get in and you think it's going to the moon, remember there's a retest. And if you haven't gotten in or you missed your entry, remember there's a retest, because you can re-enter on that retest.
You get
right?
a second chance. There's a
Exactly.
whole, and there's a psychology behind that. There's a whole group of traders that missed out. So
Yes.
when they're waiting for the pullback, and then they jump in, and then that's what pushes it through.
Well, and it also needs room, right? Like it also needs a breath. It's like pulling back an arrow in archery. The
Right.
farther you pull it back, the farther it can go. It can't go a lot if we only have a little bit of pull. And so it's coming back down to get liquidity to then pump again. And that's what we're looking at. And I think most people forget that in a bull market. You remember in a bear because you see it so clearly, but in a bull, everything goes so fast that you forget it.
What do you think of my chart right here?
What's this that you're looking at?
This is
so small.
This is XRP on the 4 hour.
Okay, let me take a look.
So this is that double top you're talking about. I see a double top, hit resistance, come up a little bit. Could be a head and shoulders. This would
Is
be
that in the daily?
This is in the 4 hour.
Okay, the 4 hour.
This would bring it back to, I would say, probably 235 if it did this. Maybe a little higher, maybe 247.
Yeah, I see this as a cup and handle. On the 4 hour, I see a big cup and handle, and what I think is probably going to happen is that we're going to come and retest. We're going to actually, we're at the top of the cup. So I think what we're going to do is this, where you have your line coming down. I think it is going to come down. I think you're right, but see, that is a huge cup and handle right there. That whole thing that you've got in your screen right there.
Yeah,
that's a huge cup and handle. And so where it starts to come down, I think that's the handle. And I think we're probably going to retest about 270. And when we come down there, that would be the trend line of the double bottom that we broke out of. And so that would make sense. And that's confluence that the handle is coming down half the way of the cup and handle. It's also retesting that double bottom. And that to me would be the jump off point.
Yeah, this that spot I'm saying 275, but yeah, 270. I see what you're saying. I think that if we do not flag right here and take off again, it's coming back to 270. I 100% agree with you. I don't think it does though. I think it's going to flag right here. I think this is what I see right here. I see a cup. I see a handle. And then the next push, I'm thinking 440, 450.
It could, like, that looks like a bear flag a bull flag on the daily, right? So I always tell my trading group.
And the 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour right there.
Yeah.
That's
so it does look like it on the 4 hour. I always tell my trading group, you go to whichever time frame looks the clearest, makes the pattern look the clearest, right? So on the 4 hour, it looks good, but it still looks a little wonky. But on the daily, if you go to the daily, it looks like a straight up pull and the flag is starting. And so When I play a time frame, when I play a pattern, I play on the time frame that it looks the absolute clearest, which would be for me the daily.
Right.
And that gives you a little bit of pause.
And based on the time frame, will tell, or the which so like if you're in the 1 day, it's going to tell you what's happening in the upcoming week or weeks.
Right.
And in the 1 hour, it's going to tell you what's coming in the upcoming day or days. So,
yeah. And that can change too. Like one of the things that I'm watching, and I don't use a lot of indicators on my chart, but one of the things that I do use is I use the simple moving average and the smooth moving average. And in this time right now, it is respecting that average to a T, right? These alts are when they're above it, they're respecting it. As soon as they fall below, both of them, they're most likely going to have a pullback. And so for me, on the daily, the smooth moving average and the simple actually have to come up to somewhat touch price action before that bull flag can take off. And so that tells me that we've got a little bit, because right now the SMA is actually at the bottom of the pole of the bull flag, and that to take off needs to somehow touch the simple moving average at some point to actually take off. Is my
right.
thought. That's how I trade.
And basically, ladies and gentlemen, a bull flag is a descending channel on a pole. All right.
Yeah.
So this descending channel really says that it's only going to go up to about 360, and that's where it's going to retest. And if it breaks that, then it's that big move up from there. If not, it double tops right there and it comes down.
You have 360, so I'm looking at 382. If it breaks out of this bull flag on the daily, and depending on where it breaks out, like it would have to go quite a bit lower, but I'm looking at 382 as a target on the daily.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think it double tops here and comes back down. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? For green lights on, okay? This thing's gonna take off, all right? But you know, there is that possibility it hits resistance where it already topped at. 350 is a psychological zone, but the fact that the bull flag is like right in the middle at 350 tells me that it's going to take off. That's a bit of an indication. You know what I mean?
Think we have to watch I think we have to watch Bitcoin. Like XRP may be a sole runner, right? However, if Bitcoin does take off and pulls some alts down and bleeds, I think that that's where this bull flag could fall through. Like I'm looking at it right now, and one of my indicators of taking a trade is when a candle decisively opens above or below the SMA. And right now, XRP is opening a 4-hour candle decisively under the SMA. So to me, that would be a indicator. Now, what I've been seeing is that they've been opening candles and then they won't actually go through the smooth moving average, which is below it. And that way they can still take off. But for me, right now, looking at this on the 4-hour, I see a dip.
All right, I have to pause for a second because Cosmic Crypto is in
Happy
the live.
birthday!
And so we're going to sing the birthday song. Oh my God.
About the future of renewable.
Hold on. We're going to sing the birthday song to Cosmic. So everybody, here's the birthday song. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cosmic.
This is the birthday song. You know what song this is, right?
It's a bedtime birthday song.
Yes. You thought it was going to be classic happy birthday.
No, of course not. Right? I feel like I think
Yes,
Happy birthday.
it's
I
the
didn't
best
think
day of
I
the
don't think he
year.
thought he was gonna hear that.
You know, I almost
But
put
I hope
on.
he's getting a good present, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, I hope he gets that song for his present.
Yeah. There we go. I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was I was wondering what song you were playing for a second there because for me, like I know that song, but I don't know the beginning of it.
I came
So,
this close to doing the classic Happy Birthday, and
yes.
I had it pulled up already, and then that's why it had the
The birthday song
commercial
right
in the
under it.
beginning, because instantly it came to my mind and I was like, I've got the wrong song up here. I
Yeah.
was like, this is all wrong.
Yeah. You corrected it though. That was
Yes.
good. You corrected it. You're
Yes. Hopefully you enjoyed that chat. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Pineapples in the chat for Cosmic and Bullish.
No, yeah, the pineapples are for me, I think. The pineapples are a thing, apparently. So thank you for the pineapples.
Well, they're
I
doing
appreciate
it to me and Jesse now because
Are
Jesse's
they
on the
the
show.
pineapples?
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
egging it on though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm egging it on.
you have to. You have to. If you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
So, you know,
Pineapples, baby.
yep.
I'm all about the
Pineapples.
pineapple. I'm telling you right now,
See?
ever since the pineapple thing, Jesse's like, don't even come close to me. Don't touch me.
Yeah,
Don't look at
I
me.
know. I know. I love when Jake, he always drops them for me. So he comes in and gives me like, 18 lines and I'll take them. They want a glass pineapple in my background.
Redrum says, turn those pineapples upside down. Somebody came in the chat and they missed out on like the whole inside joke between me and Jesse and the pineapples. And she goes, what are the pineapples for? And I was like, supply chain shortages in case we need toilet paper.
It doesn't mean swingers, right?
It's toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper. There we go. I know. I don't know. I don't know how I was associated with them, but it's there and it's sticking, I think. So
I don't understand how they could the whole swinger thing and pineapples, because when I think of swingers and I think of a bad rash is what I think.
Know. Do they like fruits? Like I don't know where that came in. I'm not sure.
I don't understand it too. I don't get it.
I'd like to talk to the person that did that.
Yeah, if you're a swinger, DM me. No, wait, hold on. Let me reel that one in.
You know what?
If you know
what I usually do on my lives. Yeah.
If you know the answer to that question, or
you're a swinger, DM me. He's not giving out trading tips anymore, folks.
No. Oh my God, that came out so wrong. Okay.
Just take it back.
Open mouth, insert foot.
Yeah, I got you.
Alexa with a wink. Oh my God. Alexa, I had the twisty mustache and she's just like, oh, hey, you looking cute. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, well, see, things happen in these lives. You never know what's going to happen. You just roll with it.
I know, right?
What it is.
And so I just went on business, on a business trip. I actually, do
you do this full time? Like, what do you do full time?
This is what I do. I do this show, and then we have this new product, Beer Gator.
Cool.
This is our affiliate program, I guess. That
cool.
It's still in the works. Still working on the contract or whatever. But I went down. They sent me on vacation. Played golf and charged a bunch of food to the room. Thank you for all the gifts and hospitality. Amazing.
Now, when you go out and get these sponsors, are they for the show? The sponsors are for the show, and you go out and get them. Is that what you do?
Okay, so one of the viewers owns this business and reached out to me, and he's been trying to get me to do this for a while, and I'm just so busy. And then finally, he's like, "All right, dude, I'm booking you a vacation and all this stuff. Get down here." And I was like, "All right, fine, I will be there." And it's actually a really great product. It's not available to the public yet. It's on Indigo, so it's in the works, right? But I have,
They're crowdfunding it. Is that what they're doing? They're crowdfunding it.
well, yes, we're crowdfunding it, and like you can go on to beergator.com and you can and find it on Indigo, and you can give towards getting it going. But it's pretty much in production right now. But I'm an engineer, so I'm working with him to make add-ons for the project and things like that. So I have actually some ideas, and I was telling him about it. He was like, "Dude, that's a great idea. Let's make it. Let's do it." So really awesome guy. Got to hang out and got to go play some golf and smoke cigars and pretend like I was cool for a day or two. So
There we go. We all need that once in a while.
but
So,
yeah, I do this full time. I'm retired. My goal here is to get as famous as possible, so that way when I spill the beans, they can't off me.
well, I think you might be on your way there, Ross.
I think we're
As
doing.
famous as
There's
possible.
80 people
As
watching
famous-
right now.
I'd like to get as famous as possible, but I don't know what that entails. Hey, MVP. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the thing is like, I actually came on TikTok originally because I was on Twitter for a really long time, and I actually have a project on my own that most people don't know about because I don't talk about it here, but it's charity project. And our year anniversary was yesterday, actually. So we've been launched for a year and doing well. And so
What? Wait,
I
you have a
came up-
charity?
yeah. So I have a crypto project. It's called Base Sharon, and we are partnered with a very big mega YouTuber called Steven Shapiro, which you probably know of him. He does prank videos, but he does those giving back videos where he goes in and tips a waitress like $500, right?
I know who he is.
And so I will tell this story because it's funny, and most of you guys know me, but don't know this story. So my husband and I, what we do is with our salary, we have a giving account, and so our salary goes into the normal account, and then we take 10% and we put it in a giving fund. And that giving fund, instead of giving it to a church or a big foundation, we give it to random people that we know that actually need help. And
Nice.
so that's always been like a passion of mine. You know, if a friend of a friend can't make rent, that comes out of that giving account. And so when my business partner and I started this, I said, you know, it would be great to have something that is memeified, which it is. It's the girl version of Brett, but something that actually gives back. So how it works is we have a tax on our coin. That tax gets put into a charity account. That charity account gets, when it hits a certain amount, gets moved over to Steven Shapiro, and he actually gives it out on his giving videos. He has 4.5 million followers on TikTok.
I absolutely love
He
that.
gives it out. Thank you.
Absolutely
And so
love
then he tags us back. So we're on his Instagram and his TikTok story once a week. And he gives it out, and we sponsor those videos. And so I know we've been out for a year. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't like shilling it, but I do think it's an interesting project. And like I said, we've been kicking for a year.
Where do we find it?
So
I want to give. Where do I go?
It's on Base. You can find it on any DEX pretty much. And we were listed on a central exchange, but they really screwed us with the market making. So we pulled it from the central exchange. And so now we're just on DEXs, and we are, you know, we're hoping that, as my idea was that if we got a mainstream YouTuber to do this, and I will say this too, the way that I found Steven Shapiro is I actually cold DM'd him. I had this idea, and thank you, Revolution. I had this idea, and I cold DM'd Steven Shapiro, and I said, I have this idea. I don't know if you're into crypto, but I'm wondering if you would be willing to give out money for us. And he wrote me back within 15 minutes and said, yep, and I'll do it for free. So he is now a full-time business partner, but he did it for free for about 4 months.
I wish I was a pretty girl so that I could cold DM people and they would actually return my messages.
what's funny is he is such a lovely person. He's married, has a newborn baby. And he is like as nice as he is in his videos, which is one thing that is very hard to find. And so he clicked on my picture because he thought that I was looked like somebody that he already worked with. Um, and so yeah, so where our thought was that we would get someone mainstream to do it so that retail could actually come into the crypto space, having seen Steven Shapiro's videos and come in through a meme that was worth holding. And so that's our whole idea. And Base Sharon, the reason why it's called Base Sharon is it's a play on words, share on, right?
Ah, you know what's
So
funny
there it
is
is.
we're friends now, right?
Yeah,
I
there
cold
we go.
DM'd you out of the blue months ago, and then here we are. Here we
There
are.
we go. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like you just have to ask. And some people are just genuine people. And I actually taught him trading for a while. He's very busy right now. He just got back from Africa. Um, but but he's a good person. It's a good project. I don't know how long it'll last, and I'm not promising anything, and I'm not promising any kind of returns at all. But I would like for this project to take off because I think a charity project that has good intentions deserves it.
Yeah, buy it,
So
forget about it, consider it a donation. I love it.
yeah,
I actually
yeah.
do a lot of charity here too. 50% of all donations that we get, so we have their Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. 50% of those donations this month, the entire month, is going to the Tim Ballard Foundation. Do you know who Tim Ballard
Love it.
is?
I
He
don't, but I love that you're doing that.
so the last two
Tim
months
Ballard.
prior, we did the Save a Warrior Foundation. So it's for
Mhm.
veterans to keep them from unaliving themselves.
Mhm.
And the Tim Ballard Foundation, Tim Ballard did the movie Sounds of Freedom. Did you see that one or hear about it? Sounds of Freedom.
Oh, I did. Okay, so I know the Sounds of Freedom is the human trafficking.
Yes.
Okay. That story of him and Tony Robbins is crazy. Thank you so much, Trey. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jared. Um, that story about him and Tony Robbins and how he did that was amazing. So I know exactly who you're talking about now.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
Trey.
I've actually been meaning to do the Tim Ballard Foundation, but we had done the Save a Warrior first, and then we had 4th of July. So
Thanks, bro.
so we decided to do the Save a Warrior Foundation again, and so the
Nice.
Tim Ballard Foundation got pushed off, and I think everything happens for a reason. Now this Epstein stuff is coming out, and we're doing the Tim Ballard Foundation. So I think that
I love that.
it just, things just happen for a reason, and I decided to extend that out for the entire month. I normally do a fundraiser for one day. For the Tim Ballard Foundation, we're doing 50% for the entire month. So
I love that. Thanks, Trey.
yeah, I love children
Um,
and I hate grape and all that kind of stuff. It
you
is
know,
horrific.
I couldn't watch the movie. I feel like ever since I've had kids, I'm like extremely sensitive to that stuff. I can't watch it. It gives me nightmares forever. So I couldn't watch the movie, but what you could do was that you could donate for somebody else to see the movie when they first released and pre-released the tickets. You could actually buy tickets for somebody else. So I did that. One of my friends' moms told me about that. And so I did that knowing that I wasn't going to be able to watch the movie because it makes me sick to my stomach.
You know what's crazy is the beginning of that movie, the opening scene, all of that footage is actual
It's real.
security camera footage that is real.
Yeah.
And it's bone chilling. If you haven't seen the movie, highly recommend you see it. If that kind of subject matter is you have a hard time with it, I tell you right now, like it is gonna pull on your heartstrings for sure. It is.
Yeah. No, I love that you do that. I think that, I think crypto has a real opportunity, no matter where you're donating or what you're doing. I think one of the things that has been lost in crypto is I would like to see somebody who's made a millionaire overnight go out and not show their Lambos, but show them doing something good. I think that's missing in the crypto space, right? I love Lambos just as anyone else. I'm like a big car girl, love it. Love mansions, love all that stuff. Love yachts, would love to be on a yacht someday. But at the end of the day, like, where are the people showing the good that they're doing with the money that they're making overnight? Where are those people?
That's what I'm doing
'Cause I
here.
like to see those.
That's what I'm doing here right now. I made my money and I quit my job, retired, and now I do this show because I want to help people.
Yeah.
And
Same.
that's why I employed the staff here. And so we have Jesse here, we have our IT guy, we have the journalists that work here. It's a small community out here. So
I'm going to give food to the homeless from my Lambo. There we go. As long as you're doing something with the Lambo. Yes. 100%.
I
Yeah,
chose
I
a
mean,
Corvette, but yes, same thing.
yeah. Yeah. But I think that that's what's missing here. And I think if we could, I think that if there were more people doing that, crypto would be a little bit more realistic for people,
Well, that's the
right?
whole point of this show, is to bring some integrity and honesty to a den of thieves, you know?
Yeah. And I think it should be like that. And it is a hard place to weed out those people. So and to see which people are real in this area and which ones are here to benefit from other people, right? So I appreciate what you're doing.
I try, you know, I just want to help people. I want to help them become rich. They want you to live in the pod and eat the bugs, you know? That's what they want.
They do. They do. They do. They do. And you know, my husband's coming around, right? He's listened to me talk about crypto for 5 years, 5.5 years, 6 years, maybe. And now I'm like talking about it every day. And you could see, I got home yesterday or the day before, and he was saying to me, like, oh my gosh, this is a big day for you. Like the crypto bills passed. And I was like, oh, so we're finally like watching, like watching things and listening. But he is super supportive. And I think now it's funny when you see it click with people that you've talked to for a long time. And I think it's starting to really click.
You know, my wife hates when I talk about crypto. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I can't go to family functions and talk about it. It's all I ever talk about. It's just like, we'll go somewhere and she's like, no crypto today. One whole day without crypto. Doesn't happen. I end up talking about it anyway. But at the same time, she's trading now too. She's got her own little thing, so she's like, oh, I can take my money and I can invest it and make it into more money. All right.
Why not?
Right.
Yeah. Israelis a bitch said you broke through the resistance. LOL. Yeah, I think I did. I think, yeah, like that's once you figure out that, and it's like my friends, I do not have one friend that has actually gotten into this, and I've been into this for forever. It seems like for only almost 6 years, but I think it's interesting which ones start to come out of the woodwork when everything goes.
Yeah. And they come out when they're like, how are you, where's all this money coming from? How'd you quit your job? How did all this stuff happen? It's just like, well, let me tell you something. I give them one of these. Yeah, I got these.
There we go.
So I go to the casinos now and I pass these out to people.
There we go.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
Why not? I mean, and I think there's a real gap between women and men, obviously, right? The ratio of men to women in this space is just like outlandish, and you could definitely see it at the conferences. You can definitely see it in general, and I think if more women got in, like, I think I was saying to Jay Heat after Bitcoin Vegas, if they marketed more to women, which I don't think they know how to do, we would have a whole new pool of money coming into this space, and they don't know how to do it. It is interesting the way that it's like it's like a boys club, you know, and a frat party at most of these things, which is funny. And if they knew maybe to not throw the kind of maybe the kind of parties, but maybe tone them down a little bit and make it a little bit more female friendly, I think we would see a lot more females coming into the market.
It's funny you say that because my wife's like, "Oh, you're going to another crypto conference? I know you're cheating on me." I'm like, "It's a bunch of dudes, babe. It's a bunch of
I
dudes."
mean, the party, you know, um, we went to the Brett party in the Hangover mansion, like the mansion from The Hangover,
Oh, okay.
and it was the Wolf of Wall Street party. Like that's what it was.
I never go to the
And
parties. I go to the meeting and then I go to the hotel room or the jacuzzi and leave me alone.
and that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we went to that and then a second party the second night and same thing. I think I'm gonna flub this up because there were more women there than this, but I keep saying like I feel like I was one of 5 women in there who were not working the party
Oh,
that were into crypto.
oh.
And that is an exaggeration. There were probably a lot more than that, but that's what it was. And so it's just interesting to see that happen because it's like women deserve to be in this space just as much as men.
I
Um,
agree. And I that's why I reached out to you because I found Francesca and then I saw that she had like the Queens of Crypto and the Women in Crypto thing going on. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna reach out to some of these other female creators. I have nothing but female creators like on the list. Crypto Callie is one of them. Just kidding. I'm just giving her a hard time. Uh,
I
he's
love
next week.
Crypto Cali. Crypto Cali is like he's like one of my new favorite lives to go into too.
Oh,
Like I love his live. And just because he's like so like matter of fact, I go once in a while. I'll like catch one late at night, and it's fun. But yeah, no,
I
it's great that you.
yeah, Crypto Cali is one of my favorite. But I've been reaching out to more of the women because exactly what you said. There's a whole untapped market of liquidity that can come into this. And so my goal is to reach out to get more women involved. That's why I hired Jessie, a female, to be on the show. And that's why we're building Jessie's platform. And she's actually doing the show. It's her own show, but like we're doing something 7 days a week now. So Wednesdays and Saturdays are my day off, and Jessie's taking over and doing her thing. But my goal is to create a female friendly space in an environment that's dominated by men because I don't think it should be that way. There should be a place for the girls, so I'll get together and have the girl time stuff. And like I had seen you, and I love that like Cosmic is helping you grow and everything too. And by the way, your guys' show is my favorite show on TikTok, hands
Thank
down.
you.
When I can't make it all the time because it's a bit early for me because I'm in a different time zone, but it's
Yeah.
my favorite show.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a good time. I think it's funny how things come together, right? And I think for us, like we also have like a lot of different opinions. We think alike in some ways and don't, and it makes the show fun and interesting, I think.
Well,
Um,
when I found
I think-
you, you had a lot less followers. You were like just a lot smaller than you are now. Now you've surpassed me. By the time I got you on the show officially, you've surpassed my show, which is great. And that's what I wanted. But I had specifically chose to reach out to you because I saw that you were, a lower.
I was in growth mode at that point.
Yeah, you were.
I
Yeah,
think,
you were in growth mode. I was in growth mode
yeah.
too, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. She'll actually return my DM." And and
I try to return most of my DMs. It is hard. Like I run 3 businesses, and then I have 2 kids and a husband. So like it is
so 4 kids.
it is really crazy. Big Baller, our show Cosmically Bullish is at 3:30 every weekday, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. And so I run 3 businesses, and then I have a podcast too that's monetized, that's for working moms. So we've been doing that for a year as
Nice.
well.
That's
Um,
on TikTok as well, or where's that at?
it's actually on Spotify and Apple.
Oh,
Um, and so yeah, it's like an actual podcast, and
look at
we've been doing
you.
it, and it's all different working moms. Some have done TED Talks, run billion-dollar companies. We've had some people from crypto on there as well, but it's all different kinds of working moms and kind of their story to champion them. So it's always hard, like answering everything, but I do try to do that. Bullish Babe doesn't sleep, Cosmic said.
I know. I
I
was just
sometimes
reading that too. You're
sometimes I sleep.
you remind me of myself. That's awesome, and I love that. I love your passion and what you're
Thank you.
doing and your philanthropy and everything. Like, and I didn't know all this about you, but you, I feel like you mirror everything I'm trying to do as well, just on the female spectrum. And then at the same time, you read the charts the same way I do. So,
Well, the chart thing came. I started in crypto because our neighbor told me about crypto, and then when my business kind of took a slow down time, I was like, you know what, I have some time to do crypto. So I literally woke up and went to bed to crypto YouTube videos. Like I couldn't get enough of it. I obviously have ADHD, so I hyper focused until I knew exactly everything that I was doing. Did the same thing with trading. So a lot of people don't know that I trade, but I am getting out there a little bit more. I may start doing it on YouTube a little bit more. I do it in the Wolf Pack now, and I teach. And I trade really simply. So it is fun. It is fun to do, and you can make money at it, and you can have risk management and still trade.
yeah, I'm actually doing a trading class as well, and it's actually going really well. And everyone that's in the class is just like, it's helping. I'm making money finally. Like,
Yeah.
it's really amazing. And I never wanted to do that, you know. And then I realized I
Mhm.
was like, all right, this is what I have to do. Like it's got to be done. People need the information.
Thanks
People
for
were
the color.
asking for it so much that I was like, all right, I gave in.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a liability with trading groups, right? And for me, like Cosmic didn't know that I traded, and so we were in the Wolf Pack one day, and they were talking about what the charts were, and I said, "Can I pull up my chart?" And I think I think the word he used was flabbergasted, but I think no one in the group knew that I traded or knew that I knew how to read charts. And
Oh,
the
I
reason
remember
why
that
I hadn't,
or what was it, Cosmic or K? It was
yeah.
Cosmic. He's like, oh well, here's resistance and here's your support.
He's like, I was going to show you support lines, right? And nobody really knew that I did that. And the reason why I've kept it quiet for so long, being on Twitter and on TikTok, is because of the liability. I really want people, and if you're in my trading group, I really want people to manage their risk. I don't go high leverage. I don't tell people, what to buy. I show you the fundamentals, and then you have to figure out your own way of trading from what I'm teaching you with the fundamentals. And that's how I teach. It's very different than a lot of, I was flabbergasted. It's very different than a lot of trading groups. It is slow. It's methodical. I want people to ask questions. I want people to know what patterns are. And if you know that, then you can develop your own trading strategy. I think a lot of people try to teach you theirs. And thanks, Solam. Nice to see you. Hi. I love Solam. Nice to see you. I'm so glad you're in here. And so I think if you can teach them the fundamentals, then they can figure out their own indicators, their own bots, whatever else they want to use. But they need to know the fundamentals first. And a lot of people skip that and go straight to, let me tell you what to do and how to do it. And I always say, if you took the same trades that I did on the same leverage on the same day, you still wouldn't have the type of trades that I have because you don't have my eyes. You have to have your own eyes to see those trades.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to do in the class is give people my goggles.
Yes.
So I'm selling goggles in my class because
Yeah.
and like you said, you have the ADHD. If you have
Mhm.
ADHD, you're going to do well in trading. You should be trading for sure. Well, not financial advice,
Yeah. If
but
you have ADHD, yeah, I mean, it is a skill, and there's a lot of people that are bad at it, right? There's a lot of people that use it as like a gambling thing, right? And so you do have to be methodical. You have to know what everything is. I'm part of a group called the Wolfpack. I will plug this. And it's me, Cosmic, Milkshake Maddie, if you know him, and Dave Roscoe. And we have a group called the Wolfpack. The link is in my bio on my link tree. And it's like $25 a month. And I teach in there every single morning at 8 a.m. And you can come in and ask questions. There's usually like 11 to 15 people in there. So I know Oz does a trading course too. It's really who you learn the best from, right? Like there's so many traders out there. For me, I learned from 3 major traders and I took things from every single one.
That's what
So
I
you
tell
can go
people.
after multiple groups.
Is like you're going to learn something different that they're going to learn from you or from any other.
Yep.
Everyone has their own special thing that makes them unique as a trader. And I'll also say it's very good, just like with your portfolio. And like, I'm not saying not everyone should be diversified. If you got $10 in the market, don't diversify. Okay. But, you want to diversify your education as well. You want to diversify your creators that you're listening to as well. You want to have a broad spectrum of influence and technique, because that is what's going to help you make a more educated and informed decision. So, by the way, if you're ever on the show or any other creators watching, if you're on the show, plug whatever you want. I don't care. It does not bother me. So throw out, your.
Yeah, I'm like such a. It's funny because like Matt in our group is like he's such a good salesperson. You'd think I would be, right? But I am not that like forward all the time. But I do. It is a good group, and it is a group where you can learn. And it's definitely worth it for $25 a month. I wish that I had that when I was coming up, right? I watched Frankie Candles, Crypto Lifer. I'm trying to think who the other one was. I always plug 3 of them and I forget who the other one is, but those are the people that I learned from. And I literally had to scroll through 1,800 videos to get to like their beginner videos to learn how to trade, right? And then I joined a trading group, but it was like more a signals group. And that was tough too, because when they don't give you a lot and then you're in a Discord, it can be a little confusing depending on, how
I'm a
how
salesman.
good you.
I'm a salesman. Speaking of salesman,
There we go. See, Oz is a salesman.
and don't forget to sign up for HelloFresh. Use my link on Twitch and get your first 10 meals for free. And discounts apply if you are outside of the United States. Click the link.
There we go.
Yeah.
Solom says, I'm working on a longer swing trade learning. Solom, I can help you if you want at any time. He's like such a good guy, man. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always good to be part of groups that you feel comfortable in. And if you're not comfortable in a group, just leave it. Like, that's how I feel. There are so many groups that I was in at one point that I was like, this is such a waste and I'm not getting anything from it,
Right. I think there's a lot of scammers out there. And that's like a few of my subs have been that way. They're like, they'll message me and like want to chat a little bit. And I'll give them like that opportunity to kind of like test me and fill me out. Because there's a lot of people that they offer the world on their live, and then you subscribe and then they give you nothing in return. And I think that's horrible that people actually do that. And because of that, people are more reluctant to actually subscribe to real traders, real creators like you and me and Cosmic and everyone else in the wolf pack. It makes it very difficult for us because there's that trust issue now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the scamming in crypto is just off the charts, man. It's like,
and it will get worse.
Oh,
Like,
I
it will
know.
get worse. Just the beginning.
When it goes up like this is when the scams go like crazy, because people have a bunch of money sitting in their wallets and on the exchanges and stuff. And so the scammers come out in full force right now. So everyone be very vigilant. I've been getting a lot of messages from my followers and they're like, hey, am I talking to you on Discord? Am I talking to you on YouTube? Am I talking to you on Twitch? I'm like, nope, that's not me, bro. Not me.
Yeah. My mom actually texted me at one point and she was like, am I talking to you or AI? And I was like, no, it's not me. Like, I could just call you or text you. I'm not talking to you through TikTok, and I don't have like, I have a Telegram for my project, but I don't have a Telegram for here. And I don't have a Discord. I don't have any trade. I'm not going to trade for you. Like I don't trade for anyone. Um, you know, there are so many people out there that are just getting you to believe that I'm going to take your money and trade, which is the craziest thing. I don't know who would do that. Like, here, take all of my money and trade it. And I don't know you just from TikTok,
Yeah,
you know.
people have offered to do that, and I'm like, no, 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 that's not how this works.
It's
I tell
crazy.
people that I like help them with their wallets, right? So we had one of the people that was here made a transfer from their wallet to the exchange and forgot to put the memo and
Oh yeah.
lost their whole bag. And so like we're in the process of recovering it right now, and hopefully we get it back. Um, but at the same it, at the same time, I tell people, I'm like, look, I'm never going to ask you for your passphrase. I don't need your money. I have my own. Like, the fact that you're subscribing, that's plenty for me. And I don't even really care about the subscriber money. It's about boosting the algorithm, getting the word out there, having, people watch the show. That's the only reason for the gifts and everything, is like, otherwise
Are you restreaming this? Are you streaming on multiple platforms when you do this?
yeah, so we're on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. And we're actually having a Twitch exclusive tonight where we talk about things that we can't say on TikTok.
Oh, there we go. That's what we can do in the Wolfpack too. And it gets pretty rough on our podcast night, which is Thursday.
Nice.
So if you want to hear that, yeah, but it's funny. Like we're all funny. So, and have a good time. So
That's why I love your
okay.
show. I laugh consistently.
I
And
do too.
and I know it's mostly cosmic, but I mean, you're funny too. Like, your guys' banter back and forth is just, the chemistry there is hilarious. I absolutely love and adore you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a good time. I'm not like a lone guy, like a lone person, live person, right? I don't do well like that. I think like Nil does that really well. There's a couple of people here that do that really well. Uh I just am not that person that can talk to myself, you know? And so it's good to have someone to go back and forth with. And yeah, Cosmic and I just get along and clicked, and it's been great to be part of that show. So
I can talk to the wall. There will literally be 0 people in the chat, and I can talk to them.
I wish I could. I need to do more lives actually. And actually, guys, if you're in here and you don't follow either Oz or myself, please do follow both of us from the live. Just because otherwise, we were just talking about copycats and scammers. There are a million out there. So if you don't follow us and you'd like to, not forcing you to, but if you would love to, that would be great. And
Yeah,
we'd love to have you as follow.
The only advice I will really give you that is like official advice: don't follow anyone in crypto unless you're on their live and you see them talking in their face. Otherwise, it could potentially not even be them.
Yeah. I think I have like, I don't even know how many the last time I counted, maybe like 100 like copycats. So I think, and you probably have that. I know Cosmic has more than me. Like it's hard to find the real person after that, because they have more followers than me too. So
Right. I didn't have one.
7,000 and they have like, a million followers. And I'm like, how did you just botted the heck out of this?
I didn't have any for the longest time. And I was like, why don't they want to be like me? I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then it happened, and I'm like, oh, this is a problem. Like,
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse, mostly a curse, right?
how do they get more followers? What are
bought
they?
it. They're botting their followers. They pay somebody, like there's a couple of websites that do it where you can boost your followers. The problem is when you boost your followers, none of those followers engage in your content. So it actually ruins your algorithm. If you do it as a regular creator, it ruins your algorithm
Got
because
you. Who wants to
20
talk? Who wants to have followers, viewers that aren't actually viewing anyway? Like, what is the point?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, so you get the followers, but I just saw like an account the other day, a guy that I thought like had a ton of followers. And then I looked at his engagement and I was like, he has like 15 likes. Like there's no way that this equates to that, you know? So, but that's how they do it. It's crazy at the end of the day. And there's my line at the end of the day.
End of the day.
So, so we think that, what do you think Bitcoin's going to do over the next weekend, over the weekend right now?
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about, is that if it starts going, no alt season. And it very well could. Let me go into a lower time frame here.
Yeah, you know what's funny is the 4-hour bull flag that we were just talking about on XRP is now, the flag is now forming a bear flag.
Really?
Yeah, and that 4-hour has opened the candle decisively under the SMA. So it's not only open decisively, but it's also forming a small bear flag, which makes me think that we may have a drop in for XRP.
I'm seeing a bear flag here on Bitcoin as well. Flat bottom flag.
What time frame are you on?
The 1 hour. So that means it could potentially come down to 110 to like 112, 111. And which isn't a lot. But I'm afraid that if Bitcoin does take off, that's going to screw up the whole alt season thing for us. And I'll tell you this right now, if Bitcoin doesn't crash and altcoin season doesn't happen yet, tariffs on the 1st are going to play a big role. If Bitcoin crashes and we do go full force into alt season, tariffs are going to play no role whatsoever. No one's going to care. Look at the stock market right now. The stock market was like tanking and crypto was just like boom.
So there's like a very pronounced bear flag on the 4-hour for Bitcoin. And so for me, I've been looking at that. Obviously the Stokes are pointed up, but the bear flag definitely, and there's tweezer tops, right? So tweezer tops into a bear flag. That to me says that we're probably headed down on Bitcoin, which is funny because I'm seeing that a little bit on XRP. So the target for me on the 4-hour would be like 114,916. But I think we're going down. So there is a gap there. There's a gap at around 114, but there's also a gap at 112 and 109. And I think we're more likely to definitely come down to that 112. And that gives us, what's funny is, I would show you do tweezer tops help fix my eyebrows? I wish they did, Solom. I wish they helped fix mine. But what the story that I'm looking at right now is that also Bitcoin is in a little bit of an M. So if we do complete that, if you draw the trend line from the right side all the way across, it's actually in an M right now. And if that bear flag breaks down, it will not only break down the bear flag, it will also break down the M. And that M pattern breaks right down to the 112 line.
You know,
so
I'm kind of seeing a diamond top here in the 4-hour as well. It's a bear flag, but it also kind of looks like a diamond top.
Yeah, I can see the diamond there. Yeah, and diamonds break down, guys. If you don't trade, diamonds break down the same way, or diamonds come out the same way they came in, and it came in through the bottom. So that means it's probably going to go down through the bottom on a diamond pattern.
And here's the thing. I'm pretty convinced that Bitcoin's probably going to pull back right now. It's showing a lot of bearish patterns right now, and it could be any number one of them on all kinds of different time charts. It's looking a bit bearish. Here's my indication. This is what I'm looking for: is when Bitcoin pulls back, do alts pull back with it, or do they send? And if they send, I think alt season is in full force. I think on the index, we'll cross over the 50% line and we'll start heading towards like 60%. And I think that that would be a heavy indication that it's on like Donkey Kong. And a lot of people, when it starts pulling back, are going to jump out of Bitcoin and jump into alts. But if they pull back with Bitcoin, it could be fake. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I think that it's interesting that XRP is looking a little bit bearish right now on the higher time frame. So what may happen, right, is if Bitcoin dominance doesn't drop down enough, what may happen is that the alts are going to maybe originally pull back with Bitcoin and then take off. So that may be why some of these alts are looking like on the 4 hour or the 1 hour that they're a little bit bearish, because if Bitcoin starts to tank, it is going to naturally pull them with it a bit until that dominance drops. And when that dominance drops like a rock, that's when you're going to see the alts explode. But I think that's why they're starting to look a little bit bearish right now, is because they may come down with Bitcoin a little bit before we get that pump.
I don't know. XRP looks bullish to me. I'm looking at the 4 hour. I see a bull flag. I'm looking at the 1 day. I see a bull flag.
So I do see a bull flag, but what's
However,
giving me pause
the 1 week,
it,
the 1 week is concerning to me. The 1 week seems like it may be forming a cup and handle, which would bring it down to like around like maybe $3, maybe 320.
Yeah, I see that as a bull flag too, and I see it as a bull flag on the daily as well. The problem that I have with it is the 4 hour has already built two. So within the 4 hour bull flag, if you look, it's built one bear flag, then two bear flags. Now it's building a second one, right? The bear flag broke down. If you see the red candle, that built a bear flag. Then the second red candle is building a bear flag right now, and that green candle at the end of it is the end of the bear flag, and that candle has not made it above the SMA. So to me, this is a bear flag, and I don't know, because that does look very bullish to me, but I have pause about it, and I almost think that we may break down here for XRP.
Yeah, if it keeps consolidating a bit, it's a flat bottom, and then it's a bear flag. I think you're right. It needs to pump like now. Like today's candle needs to start retesting the top. And if
needs
it
to get over the SMA. Like if it gets over the SMA, then I'll change my tune. But right now, this doesn't look good.
Yeah, I don't use indicators. I do use one indicator now. And this is the only one I use, is the moon cycle indicator. Have you seen it?
I love the moon cycle indicator.
I didn't know it existed until just recently. Look at how perfectly it lined up. Perfect.
I know you love that indicator. I don't use, and yeah, like that's the thing, is it is coincidental, right? I don't know if you call it coincidence or whatever, but it does line up pretty well. And I've seen that over the years.
Well, I do the moon cycle thing, right? And we've talked about this before. But what's crazy is I don't know how to read this, because we are past the full moon and we're continuing to go. And then there's a bunch of things that are happening. A meteor shower is happening right now. So tonight there's going to be meteor showers until August. And then there's also like Saturn and the moon are aligning over the next couple days, and Saturn's supposed to be really close. So I'm like, what does this mean? You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
What does this mean? I'm trying to decipher it, because I think meteor showers, I'm like, oh, that it's coming down, falling stars, oh, great, and then I'm like, oh, but Saturn is lining up with the moon. What does that mean? And then,
yep.
And that just goes to show you that, do I really believe in the moon cycle stuff? No, but it is coincidental and it does raise some questions. So I do trade a little bit on it. But
Yeah, and listen, if you find something that works, I don't use indicators on my chart because they muck up my chart, right? And if it wasn't already mucked up enough with all of my lines,
yeah,
because it is, because I keep all of my lines on it because I want to see where support, resistance, where other patterns were, and I treat patterns. If we break back into a pattern at some point, I treat that pattern like it never broke. So even if it's an old pattern, if it's a rising channel that has been there since like the age of time, and all of a sudden we break back into it, I treat it like that pattern still exists.
right.
And that worked out really well for me.
I
Um,
erased all my trend lines. I erased all my indicators, and now I'm using emojis. Emojis for indication now.
why not? I
Right.
will say that like the 1 hour is above the SMA, which I think it's 1 hour. Hold on a
Daniel,
second. I just
check this out. Daniel says October 7th is the next super moon. It's the harvest moon. And I've been saying this is that the harvest is when you reap the benefits of what you've sown for the year, right? And I believe that that moon cycle will be the top of the cycle. And it lines up with the timeline of usually when things sell off, because people start taking money out for Christmas shopping and things like that. A lot of retail paper hands start pulling out of the market around that time. So it does line up. Will it happen? I think the full moon is on the 7th. We should be bearish sometime shortly after that. It could be that day, it could be a few days out. Obviously, it's a bit speculative, but that gives me a timeline of where I think the top of the cycle is because of the harvest moon, right?
There we go. You and your moon cycles, Oz.
I think it's fun. Okay, this is entertainment here.
Why not?
It's
Why not? Like if you find something that gives you more confluence, like am I'm all about having confluence, as much confluence as you can possibly have, right? And I was just going to say that the 1 hour XRP candle has opened over the SMA. So we could pump, we could dump. That 4 hour is just giving me a little bit of pause, but we'll see what happens. Or we could double top, which would be not great. Like we could double top at the top of that bull flag.
on the 4 hour.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now, if the 4 hour double tops, it's going to make a head and shoulders.
You think we're going to come back down and create another shoulder?
Yeah. If it double tops, it's going to do this right here. It'll come up, top right there, come down, consolidate a little bit, and then come back down. And we'll be back at 247.
Yeah. I mean, the daily bull flag looks like intact, right? So I don't know. I do see a pullback for Bitcoin, so that makes me think that the alts are going to run. But that 4 hour candle has given me a little bit of pause on XRP.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've got the green light on. I've got the emojis. The emojis are in full effect. I got the money face on here. Let's put him over the ghost. We have the ghost because the ghost has been there since day one. I used to hand draw the ghost.
Did you?
Yeah. So the ghost came because I believed that maybe there was a head and shoulders forming on here and that we would go to 163, which we did. And it played out perfectly. But the ghost had been with us all the way since January, and we did that all the way until April. So I was like, all right, we can't get rid of our ghost, but we can give him a new face. So there's our ghost.
There's a new face. I like it.
Even when I first did the live with the camera, I had a mask, and my wife knitted me a mask with little ghosts on it.
So you were wait. So you didn't divulge your face at first, like Crypto Face?
No,
Crypto
because
Face. That's the other guy that I learned from. There we go. See, I knew I was going to remember him.
it's not that I didn't divulge my face. I wanted to do a face reveal because I had originally started the show as my camera pointed at my tablet. I don't know if you saw the live while I was gone. While I was on vacation, we went old school style where I had my phone pointed at the tablet, and that was the live, right? Because that's how this whole thing started. And so, like, the ghost was there since the beginning, and so like it was kind of like nostalgia. You know what I mean? I forgot what I was talking about.
I don't know. I saw that happen. I saw that happen in the middle of, like, this is the thing, is like every ADHD person knows that face. Like when Cosmic goes into like full zone mode, I'm like, dude, you just completely zoned out. Like you're not even here, but you can see it happening when it happens. It's the funniest thing because it's like I just saw that happen to you, and I'm like, dude, he's totally gonna forget what he's saying. He just like it just goes out of your mind and like leaves, and you're like, okay, where am I?
Yeah,
So I, because I was zoning too. So there we go.
I have it bad. I have the worst ADHD. It,
Me too.
it's lucrative for me though because I'm a day trader, so it helps.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I started taking medication again after like a really long time of being off of it. And I was like, oh no, I hope it doesn't like make me lose my superpower, because I feel like that is the seeing patterns is like a superpower, right? Someone said, where do you see the XRP bottom support on a pullback? I don't know, Oz.
247.
So yeah,
Honestly, $3. Okay, $3. Come on, let's be real.
I find it very hard to believe that we would break through the 269 level. And the reason why is that that double bottom was forming for a really, really long time. And it came back and retested on multiple time frames. And so for me, if we were to break through that, I would think we have a lot more downside. And that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think that I think the 267 level. If we break through that, I would say like we've got some major downside because that hung around that level for a really long time.
I think I say 247 because I always call it to like the cent, right? And so I know exactly where the cent of that resistance is at, and I can read it with the candles, right? And the reason why I've chosen that resistance point is because 250 is a psychological zone. So because we've passed all-time highs and we're up at this higher level, the psychological zone used to be $2. Every time it dropped to $2, people bought, and it kept it above. And anytime it fell below it, it would recover very quickly. Well, that zone has moved up to the next psychological zone, which is $2.50. That's me getting like deep into the psychology, right, of it, because it's more than just, the charts and everything. To me it's also psychology. Is 250 250 is a strong psychological zone. Now it used to be $2, now it's 250, also $3. And you can see where the consolidation is here at $3. And obviously if it's $3, it's going to be just above it or just below it. But those psychological numbers play a big role. It also on the way up as well. Look at, we're at basically what, 350, 360 or 365 was about the top. Look at the top is 36555. That's psychological.
XRP, I think, has to build some more support around $3. I think we
100%.
Yeah, I think we blew by that. So I don't know if $3 would be support on the way down. And if we, especially like if this is creating some kind of a cup and handle here on a bigger time frame, that handle is it's gonna want to be drawn to a gap, right? And the $3. So I think that $3 may be weak right now, but I think it will be strong later. I think that we didn't have a lot of we blew pretty quickly through those levels.
Right. And that's a problem. That's a
Yes,
problem
it is a
because,
problem, and that can cause a really big, fast pullback, guys.
right, there's a
Um,
lot of fair value gap in
yes,
XRP right now.
yes, and there will be like this. This looks like a job for the Sharpie
Oh my God.
cosmic.
His
But
trash man wonders what is going on with the Sharpie. 100%.
oh,
Like it,
100%. The Sharpie is a star of the show, I think, when it's there. Like that's his sidekick. And guys, if you don't follow either myself, I'm Chelsea, I'm Bullish Babe. This is Oz, obviously it's his show. But if you don't follow us, please follow us from the live right now. Uh
also
otherwise
follow Cosmic Crypto, the
and
bullish
Cosmic
bro.
Crypto.
I
Please do follow.
I was saying
Bullish.
this I was saying this earlier is like Cosmic Crypto, like when I first got into TikTok and the Cryptalk, right? So the crypto space of TikTok, Cosmic Crypto was one of the first followers or first creators that I followed. And I loved his content like since day one. And I was like, this guy's really funny and it's really good. Like, and I liked everything he had to say. He was always pretty much on point. Not always, but pretty much. And I was like, this guy's great. And like, when I finally actually spoke to Cosmic for the first time, I was starstruck. I was so,
I on TikTok when I first got on too, and I wasn't starstruck, but he's such a nice guy, right? But same thing. Like he was the one when my husband was like, wait. I think one day he came into my live or something, and my husband was like, he was in there, and I was like, yeah, because he knew that I liked his content so much. But yeah, he's super funny, like, and it's quick content, so it's like easy to watch, right?
right. My FYP is just full of Cosmic. It's been that way since I started TikTok.
I love that
It
you're
always has.
starstruck by him. Cute. I love that.
You're my boy,
And he
Blue.
probably loves that.
Blue, you're my boy.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
And you know
That's the
what's
thing.
great is like now, like I see you guys as my colleagues and my friends. And it's crazy. Like I was talking to Caveman about this the other day, is when you become a creator, you don't realize when you first start doing this, the friendships that you make. Because you don't think that like people on the other side of the world could actually become your friend. You know what I mean? And it's like, I've built real friendships and real relationships on this site, and I've actually met with them in person. Like, I did a meet and greet in Vegas, and people drove and flew from other places in the world just to come meet me. And I honestly, I thought maybe one person because I knew people were going to be in town because of the Bitcoin thing. But a lot of people showed up, and I was really surprised because I've seen bigger creators on TikTok have their meet and greets, and no one shows up.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
mean, it's
thing.
so nice. What's nice is that like we are we're the minority when it comes to like crypto in general, right? Like if we're sitting at a table, we're one of, you know, or we're sitting at a wedding, we're one of 100 people that knows about crypto, that likes to talk about crypto, like, I don't know, 23 hours a day. So to find other people that like to do that, I think is, it's endearing, right? It's something where I think you can connect on a level that is, it's different than like surface. We all have our friends in real life, right? But I think it's like the XRP army when XRP was going through like all of its legal battles. The reason why they're so strong right now is because they all went through that together. They all banded together even stronger. Same thing with crypto people. And I feel like that is on social platforms in general. And TikTok is a great place for it. So
Yeah, if you
yeah.
find somebody in real life that knows anything about crypto, you will bro out with them instantly. That's why Cosmic calls it crypto bros. Like it's a real thing. Like you just instantly bro out with somebody and you have everything to talk about. There's not a dull moment.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, and, you know, I went to Vegas, I got to meet, Jay Heat, Mike, Caveman, uh, and we all hung out, and it was like we had known each other for years, you know, because we all hang out on here so much. Um, and and it is fun to finally find people that know what you're talking about.
You know what's crazy is before I was like very new, right? Before the Bitcoin conference. After the Bitcoin conference, I kind of like took off from there, right? And we're just continuing to grow from here on out. But I was like kind of like shunned away, and it was just like, you know, the Drake thing like this, you know, that was me. And none of the creators really wanted to pay me any mind, and we're just like, be gone with you, peasant, right? And so I was there in Vegas, and I didn't meet up or hang out with anybody because I kind of felt excluded a little bit. So, and I kind of regret it now. I wish I had showed up because I feel like all of our bonds would be a lot tighter. But they'll be next year, you know. But I kept to myself.
Yeah, and the thing is that like when I come on, like I came on to, if you can believe it, about 3 years ago, before I started my podcast, like I hated being on camera. I hated talking on, like I hated this whole platform. Then I got on Twitter and I started hosting spaces. That was after I started my podcast. But one of the things that I've always kind of held true is like I am here on social platforms to get new people into crypto. I don't really care if other content creators like me or grow with me, or like it's great if they do, but to be really honest, that's not my focus here. My focus here is to build a community that welcomes new people into crypto, right? And if you want to be part of that community, then that's great. And we have an unbelievable community, probably the best one that I've been on any social platform with. And a lot of them are here tonight. But my purpose here is to help build a community that accepts new people and educates new people.
You know,
And that's my whole purpose.
my whole purpose for this show is to talk about my experiences from working in Hollywood. And I've had other podcasts before nobody ever watched, and I have things that I need to share with the public, right? And I could never get anybody. I couldn't get that hook. And then I realized, I was like, oh, I'll just make people rich. That'll get them. And so like that's the hook. So like we actually have like two shows. So we have the TikTok show, and then on Twitch we have like the whatever you want to call it. We talk about things we can't see on TikTok, and it's a little bit more, I call it the rabbit hole. But we kind of go over like some conspiracy theory stuff and things like that. We do still talk about crypto, but a lot of like the conspiracy theory stuff that people, you know, speculate on, I've actually been involved in, and I've seen things with my own two eyes being in Hollywood and, you know, rubbing elbows with the most powerful and influential people in the world. So that's my purpose of this show, is to one day spill the beans. But I have to become famous enough so that when I do spill the beans and they get rid of me, that I become a legend. I become a martyr, and they
get rid of it. I don't know. I feel like your crypto bros would protect you. Just tell us what to.
Oh, I already know. I already know. Like, I've met with them, and they're like, "You got a problem? If somebody gives you a hard time, you just let me know, man. I got you. They're like, I got people." And I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I think listen, like it's funny. The time that I came onto TikTok, I think I've been on TikTok for like, I don't know, 5 months maybe. That seems right. Cosmic said we should talk about crypto and the telecommunications conferences. Listen, that's for your time on Oz's show. My time is not going to be talking about telecommunications.
Cosmic, I have an opening.
There we go.
Somebody canceled.
Talk about telecommunications. He'll talk your ear off about it. He'll talk your ear off.
I want to talk more about that too. Yeah, Cosmic DM me. Let's book you to come on. I had a cancellation. Um, you know
Yeah, this is
Stroh's?
I've been here for 5 months or something like that. And it's funny the amount of crypto creators that have come and gone already in this small amount of time just tells you like why people are really here, right? And that's why I value what Cosmic has done. Uh, I feel like this is like a this is like a hail Cosmic thing, but like I value that, right? Because he has been here for a very long time, doing it for a very long time, and um and and for me, like that is like there. That's where credit builds, right? That's where you can really see what somebody is about and what they've done. And so I hope to be here way after the
What was that?
you got half of your goal, I think.
Oh, nice.
Uh, but that, that's what I hope people will say about us is like we were here through thick and thin. I think the creators that I valued the most were the ones in the bear market when I was completely panicking my first cycle and knew nothing. And I thought I was watching the chart like, 23 and a half hours a day. And every dip was like panic time for me. And I valued the crypto bros that were there telling you like this is just a dip, we're going to get through it, it's a 4-year cycle, we're in the bear, like those are the kind of people that I valued.
Right. I've been doing crypto since 2016. Like, obviously, the bull cycle is going to end and crypto is not going to be as prominent on TikTok. And that's kind of why I have the other show to kind of fall back on. But it'll still all be about crypto. We'll still talk about crypto and be investing and getting ready for the next bull cycle and all of that. But I think a lot of these creators that come in as far as crypto is, they think that we're making money doing this. They think that this actually pays money. And I see a lot of like followers, they'll say, "Oh, he's just doing this to make money to buy more coins or whatever." We've made $5 and I've been sitting here for over 2 hours. This is slave labor, okay? This is definitely not about money. I pay the staff more. Yeah, I pay the staff more than what I make here. That is 100% sure. But the trading funds the whole operation. So it's like, and the donations as well. But the donation part of it is more or less about offsetting some of the costs of what I have to pay and also raising money for charity.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like I do think that things are going to change for crypto now. So I do think that this, if there was any cycle that oh, Bitcoin is over 118. If there was any cycle
That's
that
not
was
good.
going
Oh,
I
no,
don't
I
know.
guess it needs to break above like
It needs to be above
222
120 again.
or yeah,
Um,
or 120,
yeah,
122.
120. I think if it breaks above there, then I think we may have a problem with the alt, but we'll see. Until then, like the alts have been running, so like if they get a little bit of a pullback, like I'm fine with that. Um, Now I forget what
Crypto,
I was saying.
Cosmic Crypto says, "I'm humble. Do not lie to me, bro. You and I both know you are not humble. He is a ham. He is a ham. I'm just messing with you,
Uh,
bro."
but yeah, I think if there was any cycle that things were going to change for crypto content creators, I think it would be this cycle. The more mainstream that crypto becomes, it will just be like traditional finance. So the content creators that talk traditional finance, crypto is going to start becoming that, I think, to some degree.
Well, it's on the
Uh,
news now, you know?
yeah. So I mean, it's on the news during the bull market, but I think what's changing is like the administration's backing of it, and people with regulation and clarity. Now everyone can get in, and I think that may change the landscape, which is why I think this time, if you are a content creator, this time is so important within the next 4 to 6 months of making sure that you know what you're putting out there is worth it, because
Right.
those are the people that people are going to watch.
I agree.
And I do dances. So so if that's worth it. I
And the
don't know.
sauna. I seen
Oh,
the
the sauna
sauna.
one was the big one, right? Yeah, the sauna one was the big one.
I should do a sauna video. I'll get more followers.
There we go. Actually, what's funny is that was like my least viewed video in a long time. So when you think that that kind of stuff does well, didn't really do that well. I don't know whether to take offense to that or not, but I do
Do.
I know, do. I know. I do some of the trending things to mix up the algorithm, because I do want to get out to more normies. And if you do that, then some people may see your content and be like, "Oh, what else has this girl done?" And then see that I'm a crypto creator.
That's
And so
why
that's
Jesse's show is more political than it is crypto. And it's a way to kind of reel people into this show, because politics is the new pop culture, right? Politics is pop culture right now. And she's brand new with like only a few hundred followers, and her content and her lives are more popular than mine now already. She's going to be massive. She's going to be bigger than me. She's going to replace me. And then I get to go back to retirement.
there we go. I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? Who wouldn't want to go into retirement right now? I mean, I probably would be super bored, so I don't know if I would want to, but
That's why I'm doing this. I was super bored. You can only like tinker on old cars and sit around and watch TV for so long before
exactly.
you're like, and like you're sitting at home and you're like, hit up your friends. You're like, hey man, you want to go to Vegas or you want to go do this? And they're like, I got to work, bro. And it's just like, all right, I got to teach people how to trade crypto so I can have friends that don't have to work.
That is the thing with trading. Like, you can make a really good passive income, and I say passive, but to be honest, like when I'm trading, I'm also looking at the charts, right? Like, it's not a set it and forget it type of deal. I don't know if that's what you do or not. There are some people that do that, or you use a trading bot. I prefer to like keep my own eyes on my trades and make sure that everything goes right. And there are so many times when I'm looking at a trade and I think, that doesn't look right, and I'll click out. And I'm like in the middle of getting a prop account, and that's interesting. Do you have prop accounts?
Well, I don't even know what that is.
So it's basically you try out as a trader, and you use somebody else's money to trade.
Wait, like paper trading? So like fake money?
So I'm trying out right now. You have to hit a certain amount a day, which I went $15,000 over the other day, which is crazy. But so you have to hit a certain amount a day, and then you can't go past a certain amount in a certain amount of time. And once you do that, you can get between, like, I'm trying out for $100,000 account, but there's up to like $300,000 accounts. Once you pass, then you use their money to trade. So it's basically like a firm, like a trading firm.
Okay. I should try that.
Yeah.
That might
It's
be
hard,
something.
like, not as
I
easy
just,
as it looks.
oh,
But yeah, like,
I know. I know what you mean. I don't like trading anymore. I'm to the point where I want to hire a firm and just read the charts for fun. Like
yeah.
the when I was not in the market and I was just like, oh, I'm exited out. Now that I'm in the market, it's stressful again, right? And it's just like, oh, it was so much better when I was like, all right, I made my money, I'm good. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I like the stress of it. It's just, with this kind of prop account, what's nice, right, is like you were talking about, and you can only trade futures on it. So you can trade crypto futures on it. But what's nice is I can look at my chart, and if I'm trading like an ETH futures, I can gauge from my chart what ETH is going to do, and that way I can project it. I don't necessarily like their charts, and I don't necessarily like futures, but like you were talking about before, if you, once you make your money, then you have a large amount of capital to actually trade with, and so that it de-risks you a lot.
Right.
So a account for me, if I'm trading $100,000 of not my own money, now I can do way lower trades, de-risk a lot, and still make a really good amount a month doing it.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now, is like I feel a little left out because when everything ran up in January, like I said, I moved most everything into the stock market, into stuff that I know is going to do well and just tick up, and I'm going to make dividends off of it. And when everything shot up, like I knew it was going to, right? I got in on the 10th and I could have bought more, and I didn't, because if I mess up, people lose their job.
Yeah.
And so when everything took off, I'm like, oh man, that could have been so much more money that I missed out on. And so like there's that little bit of like stress of, and it's more of like, I feel like I missed out because I'm so used to only trading crypto, right? And not just buying and holding something. So it kind of, I don't know, it's very different. It feels so different now, and it takes a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah. So one of the things I will say is I feel like there's this pressure, especially this cycle, for people who maybe came in like towards the end of the bear market, or maybe didn't buy as much as they thought they could have. There's always that feeling with people who are new that are coming in. But I feel like there's this extra pressure because of the administration and because of all the regulation and all of the publicity surrounding it right now, that people feel like this is the last possible cycle that things are going to explode.
I don't think it's the last possible. I think we got one more.
Yeah, I think that I mean, the cycles will go on for until Bitcoin is done, right? But everything is out. However, I do think that we have this cycle. I think this cycle is going to be a very huge gainer. Whether it's the biggest gainer, I don't know. But then I think, like Cosmic always says, what happens when you take, speculation out of a speculative asset? I do think that it will calm down. But I think there's always going to be, depending on the regulation, there's always going to be new crypto projects that come out that are still new and still, and still will run. And those are the projects you have to look for, and you have to do your own research on to actually get into.
That's why I'm looking at SXT, because it's like low market cap, low coin supply, just came out, it hit its bottom, it's got great utility, great partnership. It's like, it's all those things you just said. And that's why, and it moves late. So when you see things like XRP run and everything else, it doesn't move. And so if you miss out on that, you have a chance to jump into it. Like a lot of times, like when XRP moves up, after it moves, I'll take it and I'll throw it into SXT because it'll move right after. And then I can double dip that run and then bring it back into XRP and do it all over again. Now it's not kind of doing that. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But at the same time, if it moves fractions of a cent, because I have so much into it, it's like my biggest bag, I can print money with it even when it's moving sideways.
And that's important. The other thing that's important is watching narratives that are not here yet, right? Like, so for me, I'm like huge into gaming projects. That was like my biggest gainers, other than SHIB, have been gaming projects. And there's no gaming narrative right now. Like no one is talking about blockchain games. Oh, thanks, Bullish Bro. Thank you. I love that he used that logo. It's hilarious to me.
You know what I think the next narrative is? Because the narrative right now is regulation and utility, right?
Yeah.
So I think the next regulation or not regulation, the next narrative is security. People are going to want security, and that's why I like SXT, because that's the next step, is people want to feel like something is safe and secure.
Yeah, and I think privacy goes along with that. So like Monero, like I hate to say it because my business partner and friends, like he has talked about Monero for a very long time, and I just didn't get into it. And so I think security and privacy is going to be one of them. I definitely think gaming is going to be another one, and I don't think we've seen that at all. So like these gaming, like one of my biggest bags is IMX, Immutable X. And I just don't think there is going to be a bull cycle without a gaming narrative, and no one's talking about them right now. So that's a place that not financial advice, but that's a place that I would look for, and see what's new in gaming. And unfortunately, I haven't had the time to do the research that I used to do on new projects, but I bet there's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah,
And
gaming's
then
going to be a big one. I think it's just a bit early, but early is good. Early is very good.
early, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, no one's talking about it. Look at the things no one, if you're new in the market, take a look at the things that no one is talking about right now. AI is another one. Like we're not seeing the AI coins like run like they ran in November, right? I think they have another run in them. I think metaverse could also run. I think some of them, right? Not all of them. And this is obviously not financial advice. I'm interested to see what happens with NFTs, whether we get an NFT boom. I don't think they're going to be the same ones, but you never know, right? Like you never know.
You know what I realized? Because I'm going to the conference. I think it's in like a couple weeks in Vegas for the Rare Evo.
Mm-hmm.
Buying the tickets for that made me realize that NFTs are a sleeping giant, and that NFTs have a big future because the tickets are NFTs. You have to mint an NFT to go. And that was so eye-opening for me because I used to think that NFTs were dead. I have NFTs that I had that were worth like 175K piece that I never sold that are worth zero right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I am like a big, I have a NFT graveyard in my
Yeah.
wallet. Like if any of those revive themselves, I think like the one that may is I bought the Playboy Bunny ones, like a bunch of the Playboy Bunny
Oh,
Rabbitars. Those will probably be as collector's items. I can see those doing well. Other than that, like I have a bunch of crap in there, like a whole wallet full of crap.
I
And
think I think where NFTs is going to come into play is with RWAs. They're going to NFT deeds, and you're going to be able to buy a portion of that NFT in an RWA. And that's where when RWA thing takes off and that utility becomes utilized, that's when NFTs are going to follow that. But it's not going to be like the NFTs that our graveyard, that what we're holding. It's going to be those deeds that actually have a real world asset tied to it. So like you're holding the deed to a solar farm or a deed to, a duplex or something like that, and you're holding a portion of it. And I think some people will have like their whole deed, they'll own their deed, and they'll fractionalize it, and other people will own portions of it. And then there will be some people that just own the portions of the deeds. But I think that is the future. And as far as like getting this ticket to Rare Evo, the tickets for concert events and things like that, those are.
Sure, yeah. I think the NFTs are going to be more functional than they were before.
That's
right?
what I don't know about. Like they will hold value. Like let's say concert tickets, for instance, right? An NFT concert ticket will hold its value, but only until the concert is over. And it may hold its value after, because it's like, oh, I have an NFT to see whoever it may be, Metallica, there's going to be some Metallica fan that wants that NFT, right? Just like how if you have an actual ticket for a Metallica concert, you
I
save it
don't know.
and
I think it would be interesting if they, um, hopefully one of them takes my idea, but I think it would be interesting if they started turning tickets into NFTs, and then a way to keep them holding value and keep the price moving up would be to constantly run contests where you're airdropping another concert into those concert ticket NFTs, right? So someone is you have a chance to win either meet and greets or something like that by holding the NFT, and that would keep the floor up because people would then want a chance to imagine like Taylor Swift, right? If she were to have an NFT for her concert and say like every single month I'm giving away 10 trips to my concert in the next city. All of those NFTs would be sold out before you knew it. Like and the price would skyrocket. That's what I think is the function and the way that NFTs should move forward, right? Is
I
that
think so.
something has to be a value moving forward to holding those NFTs. Otherwise, they just lose value.
I think you're right. I think it's like event tickets and it's like proof of ownership. And obviously art, like there's going to be art or whatever. So like, okay, I want to own a portion of the Mona Lisa, right? So they NFT the Mona Lisa. Now you own a portion of it, man. And that's okay. That's a bad example, but you get what I'm saying. So I think
Yeah.
I think that's really going to be the main use case for it. I don't think they're dead, but I think a lot of like the NFTs that we're holding, like my apes, they're worthless. They're going to be worthless.
Yeah, which we don't really know. Like I think I keep saying that maybe a lot of them are dead, but we don't really know. This is what happened to me. I took profit from something that I had held for a really long time. And I always say like on these shows, the worst mistake you can make is to be vigilant and patient the entire bear market and then to throw your profit away on something new and shiny. And guaranteed there's a lot of people who do that every single cycle. And I did it myself, which was I took profit out of SHIB, which I had made a lot of money on. I took profit and not all of it, but I threw a bunch of it into NFTs that are completely worthless now because they were new and shiny and they were the new thing. And if you can avoid doing that, that would be great. But we don't really know what this next wave is going to bring. Are they going to reboot some of these NFTs? Is the FOMO from retail going to do the same thing that we did this cycle? So some of those NFTs like could run again. I have no clue.
Oh, definitely. Like what,
Yeah.
like everything we talked about, like the concert tickets and the deeds and things like that. When that narrative comes out and that becomes the next new shiny thing, all those old NFTs are going to get one last run, and you better dump them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I will be learning my lesson and I will be dumping whatever's in my wallet. Uh, there
Agreed.
are no sentimental NFTs for me.
Yeah.
So I would be happy to dump those. But you just don't know what the next like big new shiny thing is going to be. Like I bought into this metaverse. I bought real estate. I bought in Sandbox and Decentraland, but I flipped them for a good amount of money the last cycle. But I did buy into this one metaverse that really I thought had potential, and they've been building through the entire bear market, and I still own like 31 properties in there. Um, and it will be interesting to see what they do
I
this
used to
cycle.
buy grass in the metaverse, grass fields.
There we go. Mine
Worthless.
mine is it's worthless. Mine is TCG World, which I just thought it's like so out there. I don't even know what market cap they're at. I haven't paid attention to their like anything. They have Telegram, Discord, whatever, but they've built the whole metaverse out and it looks amazing. And so I just held on to it. So I don't know if it goes someday, great. If it doesn't, then I'll have more NFTs in my wallet that are dead. You
Right.
know?
And there's a guy that came on the show here that I know. And oh, thank you, Revolution.
I love
Thank
that.
you for all the gifts. Everyone that gifted me and Bullish. Thank you guys very
Yeah,
much.
guys, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks, Revolution. Thank you, guys. And if you don't follow us, please follow us from the live so you don't get copycats because there's a lot of them.
Yes. Make sure you follow Bullish and Cosmic.
Yeah, and thank
Great
you so much for having me
creators.
on.
But this guy, he was like deep into the NFT thing, right? And he was telling me about all of his NFTs and like showing me, and he has the most magnificent graveyard I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, you poor man. I feel so bad for you, but at the same time, it's really cool. It's a nostalgia thing. I think the NFTs one day will be like Nintendo, right? We're all gonna be reminiscing and be like, oh, look at all my NFTs I still have, like, you know, and certain ones will retain their value and other ones will just be like, oh yeah, oh, back in my day we used to have the ape NFTs. And the kids
Well,
will be
and
like, that's old, grandpa.
instead of like dumping my NFTs in the bear market, what I did was the ones that I believed in because I either liked them or I thought they were cool or they were going to get like some kind of bump. I basically like consolidated and then bought like the one of one. So like I instead of having, instead of having like four of like the lower end ones, like I sold them and then bought like the highest level one that I could. So like who knows, maybe one of those will pay off, you know?
Yeah, you
Or
never
maybe
know.
not.
I think
Or
they're
maybe not.
sleeping giants. I think they've, when that, like I said, when that whole narrative picks back up again, that's going to be your last chance to dump the ones you got now.
I will be dumping hard.
Same.
I'll be dumping hard. Yeah, like, go bye bye out of my wallet because I think that was the biggest mistake, other than sending money on the wrong network. That was it. What do you guys know about ordinals or rare sats? Do you know anything about? I That is not my forte.
Um, we could have Jesse look into it. I don't know if she left early or not. She did tell me that she might be leaving early today. Jesse, are you still here? Can you look into ordinals or rare stats for us and give us a little bit of information on that? This is why I like having a fact checker. Oh, you're kind of still here? Oh, we got her just in time. Can you look at mmg.crypto's chat right there? It says ordinals and rare stats. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Rare sats. Rare
They're
sats.
artifacts. See what you can find out on those, and that would be interesting because I don't know. I'll tell you what. Since I started creating, I don't have time to look into new projects as much anymore. I don't have time to do as much. Like, I'm doing the news, I'm doing the show, I'm managing the business here, and we were building the studio and everything. Like, now it's starting to simmer down. Okay, now I'm starting to finally get some time to myself. And but yeah, I'm actually a little bit behind on things.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about like runes or ordinals. I know a lot of people talk about them. He said rare sats are a way of categorizing individual Satoshi. Technically, I believe it's Euxos.
Utos. Utos.
Euxos? Is that? I don't know.
And here's the thing. This is why we have Jesse, because anybody can come in here. Not that I'm saying MMG would shill anything or say anything like that, but people come in and say things and they give their own narrative to something. That's why we have Jesse to look into it and find out what exactly it is. And Jesse might even not understand it. You know, who knows? Like, we'll find out.
These are like pretty complicated things, which is why I don't know a lot about. I'm fine saying I don't know a lot about them. But the idea is that you can do things like collect sats from Satoshi's wallet or the first block. So that's what the rare sats are.
Interesting.
And yeah.
It seems like it's another like narrative where it could become a bit of a buzz in the nerd space, but probably never really amounts to much in the long run. That's what I think.
I feel like that's what runes were. Like runes, people were talking about runes And I don't know a lot about them, but that was like there was like a small narrative going on around those as well. But that's interesting, MMG.
Yeah,
Um,
I've actually never heard of that before. This is my first introduction to it whatsoever.
where's that?
It's a
Heard of
BTC thing. There's different levels. You want me to mic you, Jesse? Or is it above your head? Because it seems like it's above my head.
it's definitely above my, like I would have to research it for a very long time, I think, for it to be. Runes are like BRC's
There's a
20
lot
is
of
the
reading on
standard
it.
it's on Bitcoin.
Well, chat, I would say make sure you do your own research, okay? But I do trust mmg.crypto, great creator. So usually if he's going to say something, I'm going to think he's probably not feeding you a load of BS.
No,
But
I think it's just a category. Like it's a category of something. He's not shilling something. He was just asking if we knew a lot about them.
yeah, I
Um,
don't know. That's definitely something to look into. Chat, you have homework. Go do the research for me so I don't have to.
and there it is. So I have to head out, Oz. This was so nice. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, we went
Um,
2.5 hours.
yeah, but it is 11 o'clock where I'm at, and I have been working since I've been at the office since 7 this morning. So
Good night.
I took a little break and saw my family, and then came back to the office.
I
So
appreciate you coming on the show and staying as long as you did, and everything you've in your show. You always tell people to follow me and everything. So I'm very appreciative of you. You're always welcome here. If it's during the week, I don't have guests, but if you